Hey, everybody. Yeah, there are a lot of people here. There really are. And I know you can't wait to find out why there are a lot of people here. And you're going to find out why there's a lot of people here in just a moment. You're going to find out why there's a lot of people here. All right, more than a moment. How long is a moment, really? I don't know. Is a moment like a couple seconds? Is a moment 20 seconds?
It's not
is a moment when we're talking about not we just had a moment, but more like hold on a moment. Is that like holding on a second? I don't know. Is it? I'm talking to the people, man. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm not yelling at you.
Trying to help you understand.
Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday outside tonight. Little, as they say, sultry, which I disagree. Sultry is a written word. It's not a word to say, but because for some reason people down here say it's sultry, it's sultry. So you know what is sultry though? All the people in this room, some fine-looking young men in this room, getting ready to have a wonderful show. For the next 2 hours, we're going to have fun. If you never listened to this show, let me tell you that upon this show, here's what we do. We do not talk politics. What we do is we talk all things pop culture. We talk streaming. We talk video games. We also delve into the weird, the macabre, maybe a little bit of artificial intelligence, which could be weird and macabre depending on what your stance on that is. I think we know what mine is. Other people in the room, maybe not so much. We're going to get to that in just a little while. We also are going to be talking Nerf Wall. We are going to need your help in just a moment. But first, let me tell you who all's on the show. I love being able to say in studio because we got a bunch of people in studio and it's so good to be able to do that. T2 Tim Snow, scared to death about this evening.
I ain't never scared.
Yeah, he's worried. He's antsy. He's never faced a wall before, and there's a 50% chance that he's going to face the wall today. Also joining us from our brother station, the Fan Upstate, Rob Brown from Wait For It. The Rob Brown Show is with us today.
Creativity, baby. It's the name of the game.
That's what he does. That's that's all he does.
Hi, Lonzo.
Hello, Rob.
You know what I like about this show?
You don't have to do anything.
Yes, that is my favorite thing about this show.
Yeah.
That is correct. I show up, I be hilarious, I go home.
This is one of those shows where I don't have to do much either because there's so many people, so many talented people around me, including show contributor Cameron, who's in another room.
Why do you guys put him in another room, by the way?
They had to put me in the box.
Why are you in the box, man in the box?
Penalty box.
Can we just refer to him as man in the box the rest of the show?
Look. This is the Pappy penalty box. It happens sometimes.
Box. It absolutely does.
I've been punished for my many transgressions.
Oh, and there are many. There absolutely are many. Just last week, there were many. Also joining us for the first time in a very, very, very long time, because this is like the busiest man on the face of the earth. Our sponsor from Borderlands Comics and Games, South Carolina Comic-Con and South Carolina Comic-Con Jr. He shows up when someone's facing the wall. Rob Young from, all the places I just said.
Got the Nerf cannon.
He did. He's got the cannon.
It looks like something out of Warhammer 40K or something, maybe Jesse Ventura and
or
Predator.
my nightmares.
It's very intimidating.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have faced the wall.
Good luck, Tim.
Rob Young, the Space Marine.
Space Marine.
And by the way, Owen not here tonight because he's on vacation. Matthew couldn't be here tonight, but he is watching. Hello, Matthew. And he's going to be joining us for something else a little bit later because tonight we are starting up Radio D&D again with a brand new crew for the most part. And we won't be broadcasting live this week for that, but we're going to get it down and we're going to be able to all right, we might. I don't know. We might. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. You'll just have to stay tuned to find out.
I just want you to tell everybody what I am.
Rob Brown is the dungeon master. And I've been
I feel like that sets the tone.
No. You guys don't know what I've been doing all week on the Rob Brown Show, which is 9 to noon on Monday through Friday on the Fan Upstate rather. You should check that out. I've been doing things that's going to make me pay I have, and I'm going to suffer for it. But that's how it goes.
He makes sounds like a very understanding and compassionate DM. I think
there is nothing more that I love than the well-being, fun, and suffering of my adventuring party. That's all.
There we go.
You should really get a curly mustache to go along.
Just
with
to
that.
twirl.
Yes.
And I like my favorite thing. So this is going to be the second group I D&D for that I DM for in D&D. My other favorite thing to do is, and I hope they're not listening right now because I'm giving away a secret, but I will randomly and for zero reason just roll a buttload of dice. I'll just look at one and roll dice, look at it, write a note down. I'm not actually doing anything. I just like doing it. I will find new creative and inventive ways to torture you people as well.
So now we're just slightly frightened. Just a little bit.
I can't actually hurt you, Lonzo.
I don't know if I should be frightened or not.
I've decided that if my character dies, I'm just going to get up and leave. I'm just going to.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, I'm just going to physically.
Oh, you're one of those.
I've never done that before. I'm just going to get up, get my stuff, and just walk out the building.
It's going to be awkward the next week on the show when we're like, "Hey, great show, Lonzo. Get out of the way. We have stuff to talk about."
Well, the other
because you left.
The other thing is, it'd be a shame if Cameron rode with me that week.
Yeah. Then I'd have to find someone to take me home.
All right, so
I'll take you home.
I've said that Matthew and Owen are not here this week, and that's kind of a sad, bad thing because Matthew, Owen, and Tim tied for last for the Nerf wall. So
I think they were scared.
So we were going to.
They were scared.
I think they were scared.
I think they were. We were gonna have to come up with a tiebreaker, and then they all left. So I could be the bad guy here and say, "Well, you're the only one in the room. You get shot." But I'm not going to do that because that's just not me. I want to be fair as I can be. And Rob Brown and I were talking about it. And Rob had a great idea, which he does all the time, about a champion, especially since we're playing D&D tonight. A champion. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to, or you, text line 71307, and on the Facebook page, YouTube, all that stuff. You're going to help us crown a champion. Said champion will go against Tim in a tiebreaker, and the loser will face the wall. So Tim only has a 50% chance of facing the wall. You still could lose.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The sponsor is exempt. So you cannot vote for Rob Young, but you can vote for Rob Brown. So you can also vote for me, and you can vote for Cameron. And I'm going to throw a name out there. There's a guy who may show up near the end of the show, a guy who used to be on this show. So if you want to, let's say, vote Chris.
Theoretically, of course.
Yeah, Chris.
Theoretically, Chris.
We're going to go with the name Chris. Chris could have to go against Tim for the Nerf wall. So I'm going to, out of every break, I'm going to remind you. So start voting, 71307. Who should be the champion? Who should go against Tim to find out who's on the Nerf wall? You got me. My name's Lonzo. If you don't know that, hi. We also have Rob Brown. We also have show contributor Cameron, and we also have Chris. So far, we have one vote, and Steven has voted for Rob Brown.
I knew it. I freaking knew it, Steven. I knew you would. That's all right. There's a lot of time left. Here's what I like. And I did bring this uponst myself by putting that upunst upon.
Steven has declared his love for you, though. So
that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah. Nothing like, hey, man, I think you're awesome, and I hope you get hit by, judging by that gun, roughly 3,000 to 6,000 darts in about 12 seconds.
All right. So I got to tell you one more thing.
His love is in the form of projectile.
It is. I got to tell you one.
Charges with a car battery. It's fine. It'll be okay.
It's projectile love.
There's a chance that that Rob Young may have to leave early. So the voting, you need to get it in early because we may be shooting someone before the end of this hour.
As they used to say in the Galactic Senate, vote now.
Exactly.
Vote now.
Vote now. Vote now. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got all kinds of questions to ask Rob Young because he hasn't been on since before Comic-Con.
Can I do a teaser?
You absolutely can.
We're going to reveal 2 guests, not for Junior, but for SC Comic-Con that no one will see coming.
I'm one of them, by the way.
Ooh. Oh, also, Rob has brought candy for us to taste test all the way from Japan. So we're going to do that, too. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD, continuing live on the 106.3 and Upstate Pulse Facebook pages, as well as the YouTube and Twitch page.
Good job, Grandpa.
And
Instagram.
All right. You haven't been here. Messing with him.
Oh, gotcha.
He's waiting to say
Gotcha.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm ruining all the insight.
This is a guest that sort of tie in, but you just won't expect.
I can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait. So if you're on the stream, obviously you can hear me now. So go ahead and vote. By the way, Matthew, you can't vote because you should be in here and you should be doing the tie. You should. I realize it's out of your hands and you can't be here. So you can't vote.
That's fine. If Matthew votes for any of us, I'll just vote for him.
Unless Matthew, you have a burner account. And I also want to say, just because the two people weren't here today, didn't get shot today, doesn't mean that they won't get shot next week.
I mean, I'm not saying that the gun could stay.
No. You've got to wield your gun, man.
That's
we need
awkward,
that.
But yeah,
Other
generally.
man touching your weapon.
We need all the bullets flying at once.
Probably does require two people. Yeah. A large weapon.
Hey, don't let me forget to
Thank you,
have you
Larry.
noob yourself
It's awkward, doesn't it?
for the cue being turned down.
Oh, come on,
I knew
man.
where this joke was
I
going.
knew where it was going. I knew it was going in the gutter. Snorkels were needed. We were aware.
Look, this is how I bowl like I joke.
Ah, they call him the street.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say all that.
Copy.
No, I joke like I.
Post.
Last time I was here, I don't know that I saw Viva Chicken.
Yeah, that's how long it's been since you've been here. That thing's been here for months.
I know.
I've been there like
I got to do better.
once.
Hey, you're busy. I mean, that's not you. I mean, good for you.
Come on.
I've been here enough. I'm like, I don't know what a Viva Chicken is. And I'm seeing a Viva Chicken.
It's not bad. It's
No, it's like Colombian chicken.
Yeah, it's
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
yeah
Tend to
because
stay
we're
off Woodruff Road as much
because
as
we're in
possible.
radio and we get things free. We had some free and it was pretty good. I don't know if it being free made it taste better, but it usually does.
It doesn't
Mhm.
hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt. I ate something that I've never eaten in my life before. The food wasn't, it's where I ate it. I was at local Q and I had a hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do burgers ever, but twice a year, in the summer, they'll do it as their special.
Aren't they just famous for their wings?
Yes, they win like the best of the upstate every
Yeah,
time.
last time I was there.
They're absurd. Yeah, they're smoked and then flash fried. I love them. Might be an addiction.
Matthew's cracking on you. So I mean, he says it's good to see you standing over there as opposed to because it's usually him. Matthew's been in the news booth because he just started coming
I'm
and
standing
we got.
here like I belong. I'm not pacing back and forth. I'm not.
Listen, Tim prefers to be in the dark. He would love to be in it. Well, because that's just his nature. He also would love to disappear in the darkness, so there's no chance of him facing the wall. He's putting on a strong front, but he's nervous. He is.
I'm not nervous.
He's very nervous. He's very nervous.
He's quivering slightly.
No, I'm trying to post the stream. Trying to share the streams.
All right, Zach says just got back from my local comic shop. They were having a 50% off sale, so I was able to catch up on several books at a good price. Been a few months since I bought anything. So Zach lives in the Low Country now, and I'm sorry, Zach, I don't remember where because I'm old and I'm a grandpa. But I know it's south. I know it's south of I know it's south of here. So you can smack me next time you see me.
Having good stuff to read is always good.
10 seconds.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Having a blast on a Saturday night. So cool to be here. Thank you for taking us along to wherever you're going, or when you're on your way back from where you went, or when you're going from there to hither, thither, and yon. And I'm going to call it thither because I like to say wheat, so I'm going to say thither.
Sounds haughty.
It does. I've been paying attention. I can't project in the way that some haughty people can, but I'm attempting it. All right, Rob Brown is with us. T2 is with us. Cameron is with us, and Rob Young for Borderlands Comics and Games is with us, and he's got some surprises. But before we get to the surprises, I've got to ask the question that I'm asked all the time when people see me, when they talk to me, not just here, but other places. When's the new store opening, Rob?
So since you've been in, I know you've seen the pictures. You may have.
I have seen the
store.
pictures.
We have an amazing sign up on the building. Multiple signs actually. The city was nice, approved that, got it done. St. Clair Signs, I think, did an incredible job. But the monument sign, we're waiting on that to be approved. If they approve it, it'll be as tall as a Decepticon. It's an absurdly large sign with 2 8-foot monitors. It's kind of silly. But if we manage to get that through, it'll be pretty amazing. So it'll be pretty cool. Be pretty fun.
So can it be seen from space, or I mean, you say monument. I mean, I know you just said
that's the technical term that I learned from doing all this. But your sign that you put out on the road, they call it a monument sign.
Can I just say I like a dude who measures things in number of Decepticons? That's a fantastic way to measure things. Yeah,
it's the only way
16 feet. No. It is 0.75 Megatrons.
It's the only way to do it. Only way to do it. But
I like it.
But the sign's enormous. Hopefully they'll approve it. If that gets done and through and made, then we would be able to open pretty close to the time that sign was finished, I would think.
All right, Alan on the stream. By the way, you can check us out. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitch. Alan on the stream is asking, are you getting it blessed before it's opening?
So as much Monster as I've drank, I wish they put Monster in glass bottles, because I would just break a bottle of Monster in the building. I think that would be a proper...
I like this guy.
The way you christen a ship.
I like this guy.
Right?
Yeah.
That would be, maybe we need to see if we can put some Monster in a bottle and break it on the building.
All right. Stephen believes that Cameron is unmuted, and Cameron's even texted. I mean, he's muted.
Sorry.
All right. So now just do it.
That's 2.
Just do it. Yeah. There we go. All right. Because I let it go the last one.
I'm
I'm not
looking
used-
forward to shooting you. I just
Yeah, well, I'm not used to you being in the news booth. It's weird.
yes, but we've had somebody in the news booth
Yeah,
for 2 weeks.
But in fairness, taking up for Tim a little bit, he hasn't been in that chair when that's been going on. So, I mean, so I'm going to give him a little bit. It doesn't mean I won't noob him if he does it again. But, you know.
No, if I do it
Yeah.
again,
Doing the change,
obviously I deserve to be.
because
moved.
I was commenting about the fact that Rob is using Decepticons as a unit of measure, and then Rob Brown was
Cameron,
student.
sure you did.
The stream heard it. The stream heard it.
Yeah, the stream probably did hear it. So there's that. So, all right. So,
It's on the tape.
yeah, Stephen agrees with you, but he would, because it's going against Rob. So, Rob Brown, not Rob Young, because no one will go against Rob.
You're not going to be confused by that at the end of the
Here's
show,
the
are
thing.
you?
I'm
Here's the
not.
thing.
I'm more worried about the radio listener, not the stream listener.
Here's the
So,
thing. I have a suggestion. The exalted Rob Young.
There we go. That works for me.
Yeah, the exalted. I like
Yes,
it. I like it.
So,
My nickname in college was, honestly, because there were 4 Robs in the fraternity, mine was just Rob. There were all the other Robs, and there was just Rob.
okay.
So for the sake of Rob Young being here, I will accept just Rob as my other nickname.
So what you're saying is, in your fraternity, you were the lesser Rob?
You were the least Rob.
No, I was just Rob.
Rob
It's
without
just
an
a
adjective.
normal
Yeah,
Rob.
there
We,
you
in our store at
Well,
one point, we had a Canadian Rob, a British Rob, like gamers. And then I
Right.
was
Just Rob. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't need to, have one.
All right. So Rob Young hasn't been on since Comic-Con. How did the numbers go as far as
Well, it was-
post-COVID?
It was up. It was really up. We were super happy. The logistics ran great. Like the biggest kind of nightmare as a promoter is doing your job right, and everybody knows, and you've put on something that everybody wants to come see, and then you can't get them in the door. And that sucks for anybody. And so it ran really smooth. The amount of people that came, we got them in really quick. There were no big problems or issues. All the guests seemed to have a good time and really loved being here. So that went really great.
I'm curious about one thing. With all the wrestlers that you have all the time, is there ever been, a fracas, a ruckus, a Donnybrook in the back where, maybe a couple wrestlers don't get along? Like, say, maybe a wrestler from AEW is there and a wrestler from WWE is there, and they look at each other and go, let's go right now?
Nah. Everybody gets on great.
That's not fun.
I would have some folding tables and folding chairs just at the ready.
Did you guys see the
Just in
signing
case.
with Darby Allin the other day?
Yeah, I did.
Brody came and put him through a table at a random signing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And Brody
Bring back kayfabe, man.
to some extent. It's hard to now with social media, but
Bring
to some
back-
extent,
It is,
make it
but
fun.
But that's how you do it, right? Like, that's a great moment, because the thing is, we all know these guys away from kayfabe, but then you have this kayfabe moment in a random shoe store or whatever.
Which is awesome.
And what are we talking about? Bring back kayfabe.
All right, here's what it is. Darby Allin wants to die. I mean, that dude just is like, okay, throw me down the stairs, throw me off a roof, do all the. I'm worried for that person. And then the worst part about it is he's got Sting along with him. He's got Sting thinking he's like 25 years old again, and he's jumping off things he should not be jumping off of.
Well, here's the.
It's called
my question
inspiration.
for Sting is, if that's the case, does Sting feel like he could carry a singles match? I don't know, in Nashville.
Does he?
I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
posing a question.
Nobody wants to be the guy that turns Ric Flair into what's his face from what was the guy in The Wrestler? The old guy in The Wrestler. You saw the movie The Wrestler, right? You know what I'm talking about?
I did not.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't look at
Mickey
him.
Rourke. Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the Wrestler, he's like, oh yeah, he does like the one more match, and then he dies because he's old and almost dead already.
Wow, spoiler. I've never seen the movie.
The movie's been out 18 years,
So?
Lonzo. You've already told me if a movie's been out that long and you haven't seen it, you won't see it when people tell you to see it because you're a living, walking contradiction.
That's me. You're right.
Right. Ric Flair is going to die in this match, and nobody wants to be the guy who was standing there holding him when it happens.
But
He could
but
live.
sincerely.
He could make it.
But you know what? Rob Young is going to be there.
I hope he does it. For
I'll
the record, let me be clear.
I'll actually be front row. We got as good a tickets as we could get. So the other thought I had is, who has a finisher that is so easy to take? 75-year-old Ric Flair could even take it. How about Chris Jericho?
You just put him in the walls?
No, the spinning elbow.
Very
the,
gently
the
putting
Judas
him in the
effect?
low
yeah,
walls.
like this is hit him with the spinning elbow. That's easy.
I don't know, man. I don't like do.
See,
And
he's
doesn't Flair have to lose? Flair has to lose.
Flair has to lose.
yeah, he
like
has
that's
to
Rick.
lose.
I mean, he could have drawn. He drew 10,000 people with a broom. He drew 10,000 people to this thing.
Well, he might be
with
wrestling.
No opponent.
He might
Like,
be
no
wrestling a
opponent.
broom again.
All right, so you have insight about who he's wrestling?
I don't.
Okay, all right, because you're teasing a couple people like maybe you knew something. and-
It's two people that I, in thinking about it, would be perfect opponents.
Okay. Speaking of people, you had said, I don't know if you want to do it this early or not, that
I
you,
can,
you,
it's
you
fine.
had a couple people for South Carolina Comic-Con that you were going to
That
announce.
may be related
Could possibly
to
be?
wrestling, but also to real fighting.
That narrows it down to,
Me and Mark Ryan.
yeah. Not everyone knows who that is. Everyone
that's
knows,
right. I
everyone,
forget.
No,
I forgot
no.
I'm on a different station.
Everyone knows who you are. That other guy, they don't have a clue who you're
enough.
talking about.
Fair
and
enough.
Why, and why
Is it
should
awful that I actually don't?
they? Yeah, it's
That's
okay.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
It's all
Lonzo
right.
and I laughed in
better
the
off.
inside. That's all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all right.
So how about
I'm
a,
gonna guess. Well, let's guess because you
Well,
said
I can
real
name it.
fighting and you said
one
wrestling.
was a star in another country, wrestling. The other one was NWA World Champion.
Well, there's a lot of people have been in WA
And-
World Champion.
Both competed in the UFC.
Mm.
How's that for a fun curveball?
Wow.
If I guess one, would you tell me who it is?
he's gonna
absolutely.
he's gonna
That's the
he's-
fun. I'm gonna say it. So
yeah.
yeah, if you guess it, that's awesome.
Is Punk one?
Punk is not.
yes.
Shut up, Lonzo. Shut up, Lonzo.
That would be great for
No, Punk
for
would be
Comic-Con.
amazing if
Yeah,
we get Punk, but
yeah.
I don't think he really likes.
Wouldn't you want to interview him too,
No, I would
just
not.
to have fun?
No. Well, yeah, actually, I would.
I mean, you'd have fun with Punk no matter what happened, right?
No, from what I understand, he's not a good interview, but that's fine. All
Because
right,
I haven't
so-
interviewed him yet.
So I was going to go. When you said fighting, I first thought Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar, but then you said another country, and that kind of throws that out. But that could be Japan.
I was going to say every wrestler's famous in Japan. So that one kind of doesn't help me unless it's not Japan.
It is Japan.
Okay.
But he didn't wrestle here, as far as I know.
Ah. I'm stumped. Big star in Japan, wrestled, but also
And I'll make it worse. I'll make it even more. He also is one of the a very popular GIF.
now I'm just gonna be scrolling Twitter gifs
Yeah,
now.
you'll never find
Just
it. figure out who
scrolling
it is,
Twitter
but
GIFs now.
There is a GIF out there of him and his opponent.
But
in a
by the
real
way,
fight.
Oh, I know the GIF. Like some guy jumping off the turnbuckle.
Nope.
If you know
No.
who Rob Young is talking about, text us 71307 or message us on Facebook. Tim, do we have any texts? Is anybody guessing?
Anybody guessing?
Not,
Are there-
not,
are
of,
there-
not of anybody guessing.
Are
no.
there
looking.
anybody voting for who faces the wall?
yeah,
Rob's over here
just
pulling
just
this thing
Chris.
up. I'm looking to see if I see him.
just Chris so far.
All right, so Chris is the only one being voted for.
Yeah,
So
it actually
far.
says Chris votes for Chris, and
How-
then Chris on wall.
Ballpark how old this cat is. How old am I going here? I'm talking to Rob, not you guys. You guys can just hang out. I got this.
I don't know, but I'm guessing 50s.
50s.
Like early 50s.
Yeah. Big in Japan. Didn't wrestle here. NWA champion.
Well, we got two guys. So one NWA champion.
Okay.
The other guy was big in Japan.
Okay.
All right.
Both fought in the UFC.
Mark on YouTube says Suzuki.
No, but man, I'd love to have Minoru Suzuki. Who would not? Because he's right. Because he actually fought in Pancrase and fought, I think, Jason DeLucia and Frank Shamrock. Now we go down the rabbit hole of my MMA knowledge is kind of silly.
Oh man, now listen, I want you to know I've just Wikipedia the entire list of NWA champions because I'm like, this will narrow it down. This did not narrow it down.
I was going to say
That's
there
right.
have been a lot of NWA.
Yeah,
because
there
NWA still
Yeah.
exists. So
Dad's leading statement was, "Man, that narrows it down."
Yeah.
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 So
yeah, there are a lot
It
of
did
those.
not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Vacant. I'm a big fan of Vacant. Vacant wins all the titles. Vacant wins like 10 titles
All right,
a year.
so Mark is now guessing Antonio Inoki.
Boy, wouldn't that be cool? But he is Japanese and never competed in the UFC. However, he did kick the tar out of Muhammad Ali's legs.
Do you know Adam Pearce is like an 8-time NWA champion?
Yes, I've heard him on some podcasts.
How about that?
Brent Albright's fun there. It's not him, but that's cool.
So it was a guy who ended up fighting Muhammad Ali. So
No.
Antonio Inoki fought Muhammad Ali.
Oh, okay.
All right, while
You
we
hadn't seen him.
while we let this simmer a little bit, we're going to take our next break. And if you have the answer,
But
text us
close.
71307. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3
Totally makes
WRD.
sense now, doesn't it?
Continuing live on the 106.3 and Upstate Pulse Facebook pages, as well as the Upstate Pulse YouTube and dude,
Sorry.
really, that's another one right there.
I have a Japanese Kitkat.
Okay, give him a second.
Helping him
All
out.
I did was put it in queue. It's not my fault. It's wired that way.
I got his back.
Yeah, well, to
No,
me,
fun.
Put it in queue so we
I've
can
met
hear
that
him.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
reminded to turn him back
but
on.
to me, it sounded like you turned the mic off.
Oh my god,
I
he was
know.
amazing. When I told him my son wrestled,
Mhm.
he
Ooh,
he
I get to
signed
try this
something to
now?
him.
Oh, really?
No.
Because I paid
Oh.
for a picture.
Yeah,
of
you
it.
just-
And he goes, no,
Wait, yeah, just wait till we come back.
I've already
Garrett,
We'll do it.
no,
You can't try it
yeah,
yet.
he
Wait
was
till we
just
come back.
So professional and nice.
Oh, did you already try one? You're supposed to
No, I
wait till
gave
we
one
go
to
on the air. Okay, all right. Just making sure that Rob wasn't.
I felt bad for him.
Don't feel bad for him.
I had his back. I'm like, I got you, man. All right, what do we got here? All right, hold on. Show contributor Cameron.
It was the worst thing I've ever eaten. The worst thing.
Why
Oh
would
my
you
God!
do that?
All right,
You know, I agree, Zach. He's
Cheesecake.
Zach says noobing again and not owning it. Wow. I mean, when you noob, everyone knows.
Okay, they don't even know though. They don't even know what just happened.
Oh, Zach does because he used to work here.
Oh well.
Yes,
Oh,
we
it's
do,
Zach.
actually.
Oh, sorry,
it's
Zach.
angry Zach.
I'm
Yes.
not a total idiot. I'm gonna do this and go. You can buy them.
Even still, that nobody would have known.
Hey,
if you hadn't said
hey,
it.
You are kind of
And I distree with you. Our listeners are very savvy and they understand the
There's-
workings.
that's-
So we
Trust me to the
It's
point where
impossible for them to
didn't have
know
everybody
unless you
muted
say-
and I got called out about it.
My
So
wife
they
does all the
know.
work. I'm just a monkey that'll go on camera.
Jack says all my favorite wrestlers are dead. We'll find some new wrestlers, dude. I mean,
So,
you know,
yeah,
it's-
there's more. All right, Rob, strawberry, orange, or cheesecake. It's gonna be.
Oh, I'm gonna go orange.
They're all good.
Yeah?
To be fair,
Hey,
there's
well,
nothing.
I'm
I'm not.
back
There's
and,
not a
like,
trick.
cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Uh,
There's not a trick.
soon.
Like it's not like, oh, that one's awful.
right.
They're all good.
All right, when we come back, you got to tell the names. 'Cause, no one's going to guess it.
Are we coming
Obviously.
back now? or-
Yes.
Oh, okay.
One was literally the other one that you haven't figured out yet was literally my favorite fighter for years.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse right here at 106.3 WRD. Go ahead. I don't know how many more times that's going to happen tonight.
That's 3 Nubans.
All right, so here's the thing. Rob is going to tell us who those guys who are coming to South Carolina Comic-Con in just a moment, but I want to remind you that you need to vote for the champion. Who's going to be the champion to go up against Tim to maybe relieve his nerves from having to face the Nerf wall? Is it me, Lonzo? Is it Rob Brown? Is it Cameron? Or is it some guy named Chris?
I'd like to put on the record that I won outright the last picks contest.
Yes, you
won
did.
it outright.
No, you did.
And yet somehow have been volunteered as tribute.
And by the way, I was
You
in
did this to
I was in
yourself.
second place. Finally, I was not going to face the wall. And here's I was just going to have Tim do it. But you came up with the champion thing. How could you come up with an idea and not also
You hear this?
put yourself in as champion?
Because I didn't think you would do it.
Why? Why would you not
Because
think-
I'm an idiot, Cam. Because I'm dumb.
You've been at this game for how
Too
long?
long.
And you didn't expect him, as devious as he is, to not volunteer you?
I thought to myself, no, because here's the thing. I won it outright. I beat Lonzo by a pick. He
Yes.
was second.
Yes.
And I thought Lonzo will go, well, no, because then I'm up against the wall. And let's be real, Lonzo has been the wall for at least like this year so far.
Yeah.
All right, we got another vote for Rob Brown for the Nerf wall.
Yeah, got one over here too.
If that's my mom, it doesn't count.
It's not.
Does it
It's
count if
not
it
your
was
mom.
me?
It's the last
Is
three digits of your mom's number.
I hope if your mom didn't vote, I hope she does vote now and she puts her name by it so we know it was her.
No.
I know your mom's name, so
No.
you started to
It's
say it.
insider baseball.
Okay. All right. So before we went to break, Rob Young was going to tell us about two guests that are coming to South Carolina Comic-Con. But you know what we're going to do? We're not going to tell you right now because that's the
You
thing that I
literally
do.
told us he was going to tell us when we came back.
Yeah, but
You
we
told
got,
the stream.
yeah, we got time.
Don't let the people down.
But before we do that,
Never get your hopes up. It's all a tease.
Before we
Nothing
do
is
that-
real.
I am the ultimate tease. Before we do that, Rob has brought in, and we're going to show these to the camera, Japanese Kitkats.
I already opened mine.
Japanese Kitkats. You can show the opened thing. So we are going to taste test Japanese Kitkats, and let's do it in a clockwork fashion, starting with T2.
How does that work with someone outside the clock?
It's still, dude. It's an abstract
Totally
clock.
looked like he flipped him off just
Yeah,
then. He
it's-
didn't, but the way his hand went, it
it's
totally
a-
looked
it's
like
a-
he flipped him.
It's an abstract clock.
Hey, you-
1 o'clock,
All right,
buddy.
all right, all
I
right.
was like, boom.
I'm ready.
What was that one artistic piece that was like all the clocks that
Japanese
were melting?
Kitkats. What's
Well, when I
inside
think of
this?
clocks, I think Stranger Things. All right,
All
go
right.
for it. All right, so Tim is now
Boing.
trying. What kind of Kit Kat are you
Ooh.
trying?
Salvador Dali, by the way.
A Japanese Kit Kat.
I know, but it has a picture of what
Yeah.
it is on the side, dude.
What
Oh,
flavor,
wait,
T2?
I don't know. I mean, look,
Orange.
Hey Tim, you're really good at this whole
orange.
taste test.
It's
thing.
an orange.
It's orange. Does it taste orange?
It does. It actually tastes really good.
Does it taste like a Kit Kat?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Mhm.
All right, Rob. So what are you trying? The important Rob.
The exalted.
The
Rob.
exalted.
The Rob that's
All
not
right, I'll
facing the
do,
wall.
I'll do strawberry.
Ooh, strawberry sounds good.
It's been a while since I've done strawberry.
And it's pretty epic.
I trade you an orange for a strawberry.
Keep it clean, Pappy.
What?
All right.
We're trading
Yes.
Kit Kats.
Nobody caught what I said.
All right. Yeah, I did. Just Rob. You said to do that. So
It's totally fine.
Oh, that's yum.
Look, I'm in the penalty box for a reason.
I would say it's actually better than a regular Kit Kat. I'm a big Kit Kat guy.
It really
what,
is.
what flavor are you trying?
Orange.
Orange?
Orange.
Okay,
It's
so,
like
so you like it better than Tim did.
yeah, it's like
I like both of them.
It's like if you took chocolate and then just put like a bit of orange flavor at like
Yeah.
what do you call it, extract in there.
Mhm.
It's actually better than the regular Kit Kat.
They're really good.
That's phenomenal.
All right, Cameron, Pappy.
How does
whoever
Japan
did
get
it.
so much better candy than us?
Whichever person is in control of the body. All right, I'll go. All right, having cheesecake.
Ooh, so am I.
Oh, you got cheesecake?
Oh man, this is good.
All right, so
Oh, I got a mystery flavor this
is
time.
Pappy approval? All right,
That's
so
both. That's both entities. That's all the
All right,
entities
so
in my head that like.
here's what
this.
I'm going to do. I'm going to try the cheesecake while I am. Rob Young's going to tell us who those guests are.
All right. So the first one is Dan the Beast Severn,
Okay.
UFC champion, NWA champion, super great guy.
Is it better than orange?
That's my second favorite. The green
Golly.
tea is absolutely epic. He's eating a strawberry. Now the other guy is the only person I've ever heard of in an actual MMA fight to win with 2 broken ankles. Because he fought Ken Shamrock, taped his ankles up, wore shoes so he couldn't kick, won a decision, and Shamrock broke both his ankles and heel hooks.
Oh,
Don the Predator Fry.
that just
That
oh.
sounds miserable.
And he's so tough, he won anyways. And he's also been an actor. He's been in a ton of Miami Vice. He was actually in a Godzilla movie in Japan where he got to stare down. He stared down Godzilla. Come on.
It's kind of dope.
What happened
That
after
was
he
pretty
stared
cool.
down Godzilla?
Godzilla walked away.
I'm pretty
Really?
sure. I'm pretty
Really?
sure he was looking at a
That's
green
how-
screen, but
That's how he sizes up in Japan. But Don
Hmm.
Fry, the gif I was talking about was the fight with Takayama. Blonde guy, a couple inches taller. They grabbed the back of each other's heads and
So-
just punched each other in the face.
So Rob, the exalted Rob, would you describe this man as the Chuck Norris of Japan?
No, because he's American.
Oh, is he?
But
Oh, okay, my bad.
but he does talk like this all the time.
Seems like a guy I'd like.
Seems like a caricature. But Don's pretty amazing. It's like Tom Selleck on steroids. I think just Rob will confirm after seeing the
Correct. It's a super stash. I mean, phenomenal stash.
It's unbelievable.
Ah,
And met him also a couple times at some conventions, and he was super nice. Super cool.
2016 UFC Hall of Famer.
Amen to that. So more for the wrestling guys and some of the MMA guys. These guys kind of, I mean, look at how big the UFC is, and these guys help form the basis of why that sport even exists.
All right, we have a vote that I don't know if I should disclose the vote, but I'm going to. Rob's girlfriend is voting for him, but she doesn't know what for. So it definitely counts. She's voting for Rob, but she doesn't know what for.
Thank you.
If she did,
your own dinner tonight, Courtney.
in
That's love and
fairness,
support.
thank
That's
you,
what
thank
that
you,
is.
Courtney.
in fairness, if she did know what it was for, she definitely would vote. Yes.
Not only would she'd find a way to log out, log in, create a different Facebook profile, and vote again.
By the way, Courtney, tell your friends to vote.
Or
For
and
Rob.
hear me out on this.
Everybody vote for Rob.
Don't do that.
Rob, don't protest. Just accept it.
I think
do-
he's.
I
I think he's
do.
pretty nervous.
Well, if I tell
I'm
you,
not nervous. Listen, T2, I came in here knowing I'm getting hammered
See,
tonight.
I already knew my fate. I
nobody
figured
but
my
me.
fate before I came in. I knew I was gonna face that wall.
No, there was nobody but me.
It
you know,
almost
there's
nobody
a lot of
but
bullets
me.
in the Nerf
There
gun. I
are.
don't see why
they
They
both could.
both could.
Yeah, I
Because
just-
I won.
he won. Well, you can win again.
This is
Yeah,
this
I
is
absolutely.
mean, it
why
sounds like you're on track to win. You're like a
Win?
repeat.
No, I feel like we don't know what the word win means around here. Win means I should get the biggest gun, not get shot by it.
You know what a win is? A win is taking a break on time, which is what we're going to do right now. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD.
I'm a victim. I knew it was gonna happen. The first joke that came in, it was going to just turn into LOL Rob. Just Rob.
you gotta steer into the skin.
Yeah.
Instead, you're trying to resist it.
Yeah.
It's the riptide. It's gonna
He's
get
really
into
not.
Hey, we
He's
said,
like, just vote for
I just
me.
had another vote for Rob. Thank you, Scott. By the way, I think everyone's thinking that means Rob's going to face the wall. It does not. Rob will face T2 in a tiebreaker, and the loser will face the wall.
I didn't bring any dice with me.
I have
That was a
plenty.
mistake.
Yeah, I got dice too.
Cool.
Yeah,
I have
we're
a box
We're just
full of
rolling.
dice.
Oh well, I don't know what we're rolling. You haven't told me.
we're rolling the 20. I
we're
mean,
just rolling a
yeah,
D20?
just let's roll a 20.
Okay.
Unless of course the sponsor has another idea, because I'm
I love
willing
that
to.
idea.
Okay, all right. I mean,
Yeah,
it just
let's go.
20. Yeah.
it ties
I would
into
like
what
to
we're
add my
doing tonight.
+4 charisma modifier, please. I'm only in here because of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Funny,
Nice.
funny cracks from people who live under my smiteful thumb. Dude, those Kitkats were delightful.
Yeah.
They were
Aren't
awesome.
they good?
Genuinely delightful.
The green tea ones, which I didn't bring because I ate them all, are out of this
Do you
world.
sell those or do you support this?
No, we sell them. I don't want to be trying to keep myself from.
Why don't we ever have? the
What do you
green
do?
tea
I
ones?
I
It's
get
like-
metformin like IVs because I eat all the Kit Kats.
Mhm,
Right?
mhm, mhm.
I just imagine, Rob, you like if you have like your own office at Borderlands. I don't know if you do.
Zach, it is not. I'm just going to tell you, it's not the best Thor. It's not the worst
It's just
Thor
not
either.
cases.
I mean,
His
I
desk
think
is
you
made
come
out
out
of
of
green
going,
Kit Kat
yeah.
cases. Is that
I
even
mean,
possible?
you won't waste your money going to see it.
They are that good. They are that good.
I'll have to, go and get some.
You said you sold those at your shop, right?
Bags like this big, or I think
At
$12.99 for a
Borderlands
bag.
Comics and Games. On
Yep.
Lawrence Road. We're doing that, right?
For now.
For now.
For now.
Yeah.
Eventually. If doth the roll of the American dream, if you will, yeah.
Doth the
I
rolls.
got a text asking where.
It's hard times out here, Daddy.
We've got them. Yep.
What do you want me to go get those
I've got some other Japanese candy and stuff there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've got some all
Oh, we're
kinds of
gonna
stuff.
Going there
actually.
just for the candy.
It's just fun. It's different.
Roll 'em
you
at
know
the
what I
same
mean?
I've not been to the
Yeah,
South
I'm just
yet. I
throwing
need
them on
to.
at a
I,
wall.
I haven't.
We even got some
Out of anger.
gum. I don't know if he put the gum out, but it's called Black.
Yeah,
not
Zach.
gonna-
Bale. Bale is great. He's
Like
a
the
really good
caffeine
villain.
gum.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, don't chew it with a monster. Don't do that.
Give
Yeah.
you a heart attack.
Maybe. Yeah. He told me like chewing a piece of black gum is like drinking 2 or 3 monsters. This gum that we have. Yeah.
I mean, probably better for me than the amount of monsters I drink.
I try to keep.
That's a
it
good
to one
question,
day,
Chris. I will ask
Sometimes
Rob that
it'll be
when we
2.
come back from the
But I
break.
prefer the teas.
How long do we got?
That's what this is. Tea. Have you seen
Aren't you
this?
the producer?
45 seconds.
What?
He just asked how long do we come back?
No, Cameron did.
Oh, I thought you asked that. I'm
No,
like,
that wasn't
you
me.
know that.
Look, just because
Yeah, it's like a
young
mine's
voice
tea.
doesn't
Yours
mean
is a
it's-
regular monster. Mine's monster tea. Have you
all
seen
all
I
that?
got
you,
you.
all you
Yeah.
guys
Like
sound
this.
alike, apparently.
Bang. has
Apparently.
them now.
Bang has a tea?
Yeah,
Really?
It was good. I tried it.
I used to do the
Mike's him.
monsters
That's a
just started
gopher.
coming out with
Huh?
the
It's a gopher.
they're called rehabs.
That's it.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
this
Yeah,
is.
is that what it is? Those
Yep,
are
it's a tea.
delicious.
They are amazing. I
It's
made
a
buy
puppet.
them by the case
Mm-hmm.
because they're just so
Why are
good.
you
and
so
sometimes they
literal?
get
What
hard
is
to
your
find.
deal, man?
Amazon.
Where's your imagination?
Yeah,
That's an
same
actual
things,
gopher.
cases and-
Uh-huh.
That's
just
inside an
easier
actual
that way.
gopher hole.
But it's a puppet.
The
It's
only
not a
problem, the
puppet, it's
reason
an
I
actual
can't do it every
gopher.
time
No, it's not.
is because I'll drink 4 of them in a day because they're there.
Do you like watch all
I would
movies
drink
like
less
the
if I have to
documentary?
go
Special
into the gas
effects
station every day.
gopher.
It costs me more, but I'll drink
Uh-huh,
less of this
uh-huh.
caffeine. They're so freaking good, though.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse, where Tim is he's just pushing me, man. You guys are having a conversation over there, and first of all, Caddyshack is on. He's never seen it, and I said, "Look, Tim, it's a gopher. Oh, it's just a puppet." I mean, it just. I mean, come on.
It's a 1980s special effects gopher.
What show are you on? And
I
why,
don't know if you know when that movie was filmed, Tim.
yeah, and the other thing is, you're trying to offend 2 of the older people in this room.
No, I'm not. I was just being literal. That's it.
Yeah, that's not a thing to be on this show.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we've
Not
only had
really.
we've only had one literal guy here, and he could be here at any time. He absolutely could be here at any
Final
time.
segment of the show, just a grammar debate.
Texter, by the way, Texter asks, where did you guys get the different flavored Kitkats at?
At Borderlands Comics and Games.
I know
That's
that
right, man.
place.
It sounds like-
Sponsor, by the way, of all the supplies that will be used in Radio D&D. All of them came from there. All of them.
because we bought them off from there.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
So,
Yeah.
we did.
My books, my dice, my maps, all came from Borderlands. That's
Yeah,
a true
I
story.
bought
Yeah.
my dice from there too, and my figures.
Lonzo's in there every week getting his comics.
I absolutely am. Speaking of comics, Chris asks, so with the Super Sons movie coming out, will they restart the comic book?
I haven't seen a solicit, but that is a typical Marvel ploy. I don't know if DC is going to copy that to drop a #1 when it comes out.
Especially
Probably.
with what's going on right now with Final Crisis.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, I will say that the Marvel Fortnite thing has been insane, and we actually still have some Marvel Fortnite 2s in the shop of all craziness. But we did a big order on that, and the Mandalorian dropped this week. I think Daredevil 1 did as well. The new Daredevil's really good, but we have both of those still too.
All right, Steven says just got the Lego Mjolnir Friday and finished it Friday. By the way,
Oh wow! How
I-
many pieces?
I'm
That has to
worthy.
be a monster.
Yeah, it's got to be, and probably expensive. You know,
And heavy if it's accurate.
well, yeah. Well, he says he's worthy. So after he put it together, he was able to lift it. So
What?
good for Steven.
Yeah,
All right, so
clean living.
I have comic book questions. If you have comic book questions, text us 71307 or message us on Facebook.
979 pieces.
979. That's not bad.
It's not awful.
Depends on how small they are, too. Are Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman actually dead this time? Or will they come back? Have you heard anything? Do you know? I know it's kind of spoilery, but I'm just curious
Highly doubt it.
that they're coming back or that they're dead.
That they won't come back.
Okay.
I believe they'll be back.
All right.
And they've really kind of, some of the stories, it's been weird how they've handled that whole thing.
All right. So what I do is when I buy comics and I let them stack up, and then that way I can read 2 or 3 of a series at once. So I started reading. I just read Final Crisis 0 today, and
You are behind.
yeah, I am. I have the other ones. I just haven't read them yet.
Oh,
so
yeah, it's meant read.
yeah, and so that's what they were hinting at in 0, because John is talking to Nightwing, and Nightwing is saying about when, Batman died the last time, and they're talking about when Superman died the last time. And it is comics, they could bring them back. Would it be a mistake if they kept them dead?
Yes. From a pure, like, it's fun to and conjecture to talk about, but from a pure branding perspective, everyone, literally almost everyone on the planet knows that Bruce Wayne's Batman. So you can tell a story where someone else is Batman, or you can do, whoever it is, right? And the stories usually are pretty good. But at the end of the day, from a being able to do cartoons or being able to do movies or any, everyone knows who he is. And so I think that's the big thing. You can always have Superboy, you can always have Wonder Girl, but those characters are those characters, and you can have spinoffs. You can have all the Spider-Verse stuff you want, but Peter Parker's the 616 original Spider-Man. So I would say you'd never get rid of him, but it doesn't mean you can't do other versions.
If you believe 616 is actually, there's an argument about that right now with Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
So,
there is.
So I don't know if we are 616 or not. I don't know.
Well, wasn't that the whole thing was the New 52, which really lifted the entire comics industry up. Since I was running a shop at that point, like, sales for everyone skyrocketed because DC did the New 52. Have we been this entire time in the New 52 universe, but not actually in the DC universe?
Whoa.
Because of Flashpoint, right? We could be in an alternate universe the entire time. In the real DC universe, we haven't been in it at all.
What is real? I think is the question.
I can
as
tell
far
you
as that
what's not
goes.
real. Birds are not real.
I know what Neo thinks.
Glad you got that, Exalted Rob.
All right. Zach says, I think there's too many spin-off multiverses, etc. I get it's comics, but they do all that a bit much, I think. I agree too. They do
Yeah,
that.
I agree with
And then
that.
they blow everything up and start all over again.
The grand reset button. I've told you my theory before. Like, I was worried that Marvel was getting to the point when going into the MCU multiverse, which obviously the last 2 movies have gone way that direction, that they were hitting the saturation point for fans of the movies that aren't comic fans, but they're like, I can get it because it's these big names and they're good stories, and they weren't too comic-y. And now it's like, no, we're way comic booky, but the numbers say that people are still coming and showing up, so maybe not.
A strategy that they might have been employing is, over time, they've been introducing more and more comic book elements into it, to where people will end up just used to it now. So it won't be so out there and won't be so outside of the norm that people will be able to understand it and everything within the concept of that particular universe.
I think it's important to introduce the concept of a multiverse because actors get old, and then you can always bring in, it's a super cool way to bring in your different version of so-and-so because this guy got killed and this is now whoever, and people understand it. I was not a huge fan of Doctor Strange. I didn't hate it, but it was a 6 or a 7. I felt like that it wasn't done as well as I would have liked, but I didn't hate it.
I thought it was good, right? I thought Doctor Strange was good, and I thought it branched into the concept of the multiverse and introduced the concept of the multiverse without going through and into so many of them that you got lost, right? Like, they showed them to you, but didn't really go into all of them in a way that you're like, oh God, where are we now? How do I keep up? Like, what it introduced the concept of having multiple Stranges / other characters in multiple universes without going to the point that you got lost trying to stay in the universe, in the multiverses, or in the individual universes. And I thought it was well done. That was a complex way to tackle something, and they nailed it, I thought.
So
They give it to you like stained glass.
So the question for you, I guess, is, was there not enough multiverse for your madness?
Oh, I don't know. I think it was okay. I think the biggest thing is when they flash through all those, instead of just showing me regular people, show me the 28 versions of Iron Man. Like sliding by.
Which
like,
they teased. I mean, they teased and
Yeah.
made you think you're going to see Tom Cruise as Iron
Right,
Man and stuff like that.
Yeah, show Cap change 58 ways and make him, Captain Finland, Captain, whatever, and kind of make all the, you'll have one image standing there and it keeps changing as it's, but something. But But again, it's weird that I say this all the time in the shop. It seems like everybody has to rate everything now because of social media, 1 or a 10. It sucks or it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And saying something's a 6 or a 7 means it was pretty good. It wasn't a 3. It was all right. But it just isn't. It isn't up there in that upper echelon. Like if you took that movie and compared it to Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, you'd be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Or Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh no, it's not that, but it's not bad.
Well,
so then where is it?
It's kind of like Thor that just came out. Zoe and I were talking, like the bar was set by Ragnarok.
It was.
And we all went into Love and Thunder. I didn't even intentionally. I even was like, don't go into this expecting Ragnarok. Go into this expecting a new movie. And then when we came out, I'm just like, hey, it wasn't because Ragnarok. I told myself not to do it, and I did it anyway. But I think that you've got so many Marvel movies now, I don't think you can help but to compare them to other ones. But now that they're getting almost surreal, like comic booky is the best way to describe it. So comic booky, it's hard to compare the last couple that have come out to the OG Iron Man, where there was no magic and there was no superheroes and no different versions of things. It was guy, money, kick-ass suit, fast cars. This is awesome, right? And now we got
cheeseburgers.
And cheeseburgers and donuts. But now you've got guys that are jumping through dimensions via magic. It's a different animal.
Yeah, but for people like a lot of us who always wanted to see that, now they have the technology to do it. So they have the technology to do it. Should they not do it?
They should, but to the point that Rob made that I think is pretty valid is that there's no rules to the magic in the Marvel universe. So it feels like the magic is plot armor. And so I think that's the hard part for your average person, is that you feel like the magic can do any, like Scarlet Witch was doing things, or like, oh, it's because of the Darkhold or whatever, but she was doing things she never could have done. And well, she can. And Doctor Strange can't. And there you go. Well, why? Where's the rules? Where's the,
Yeah. Here's the question I had. How come all of the other multiversal characters were different in the multiverse except for Wanda? Why was the Wanda the same?
She was a Nexus being, right? Isn't that how they described it? Because she was Nexus, she was.
I think the Darkhold would be that's going to be your easy out. If I'm writing it, I would go, hey, the Darkhold did that.
100%. But I think you're right. The only, I agree with Zoe, and now that we can create this where we've got the ability to show multiversal travel and it fits into everything, it's almost like the stakes get lowered, right? Because if something goes wrong, cool, we'll just magic it back. Now I'm glad, that's why they had to get rid of the Infinity Stones. But also, now you're to the point where Doctor Strange has got 100 spells that can do what the Infinity Stones did. So the Infinity Stones kind of exist as a dude now.
Yeah, but at the same time, at least they're leaving the people who are dead. I mean, because they because they could bring them back. No, for now,
unless there's zombies.
Well, and who doesn't want to see that?
Dude, that would be awesome.
What if that was a scenario?
What if was really good.
Yes,
so good, right?
Iron Man against zombies. A zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, it was really good. And who knows, maybe they will. There's a vampire series right now that's pretty good too. I would like to see that. I know there's no way they'll ever do that, but the superheroes as vampires it's pretty good, especially who the head vampire ends up being.
Well, you could do it animated, and I think the DC animation department is by far leaps ahead of.
Well, one of the multiverses is gonna be animated, right? Like, it's gonna happen. We already saw one made out of paint.
Batman Beyond. In DC has to be its own multiverse, right?
Crossover time.
All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse. Plenty more to get to, including someone's getting shot on the Nerf wall. Stay tuned during the breaks because we are live on the Facebook page, YouTube page, Twitch page, and if you're looking from across the street, in the window. All right.
You can do it whenever you want to. I'll stay all the way through.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
We're not under pressure.
Under pressure.
Bum, 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 bum.
There it is.
Pushing down on me.
And then everything got really quiet because we were waiting to see if Tim did it correctly.
Waiting to see.
Hey. Oh, you got it. It was a joke, Tim. Ease up, fella.
What'd you have?
Fella!
Did you have cheesecake?
Loosen your top knot.
Orange. Rob hadn't had cheesecake.
Ooh, don't mind
Lonzo
that.
orange
I'm good. That's enough sugar for
I
me.
want a cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Not particularly attached to
Oh, so you're accusing him of having bad mojo, or did you give him the bad mo? What you doing, man? You can't be practicing.
I'm not practicing. I just want to see if the dice is properly weighted.
I wouldn't give you a loaded.
Oh, God.
It's clearly physics, sir.
Would you like me to get you a glass of water?
Rob, Exalted Rob doesn't understand Rob Brown, the science dork, yet. Everything is science, Rob. Everything. There's the nat 20. Just needed to find out how many it was going to take.
Now you won't be able to get it.
Not a chance.
That doesn't
Not a
count
chance.
because it bounced off of stuff. It's got to be a clean roll.
Was a clean roll.
No, man, it bounced off the laptop. I saw it. So
Does Marvel abandon the vampires because of how bad Morbius was? And by how bad it was, I mean I didn't see it.
I didn't see
if
it.
you DC's vampire comic book right now
It's
is
really good.
excellent. Especially, I'm going to spoil right now because it's been out for a while and you don't know who the head vampire is. Well, that's on you. It's Nightwing, unless there's someone behind Nightwing that I don't know yet. But for right now, it's Nightwing, and I never saw that coming. So that's what makes it kind of cool,
Well, who can't relate to Nightwing?
right?
I've said this the whole time.
There is a reason why I
Being
collect
the best there
Nightwing.
is at
'cause-
everything is not something most people can relate to. But being really good at stuff and having a buddy that's better,
Uh-huh.
everybody can relate to. I've always thought Nightwing is the most relatable character.
Chris is suggesting that you hydrate yourself for the wall, Rob. Apparently, he thinks you're going to lose.
You got one vote, you got another one.
What does he think we're doing to him?
Yeah,
Yikes.
I know.
wait, is Home Alone on?
Sure is. Is this toothbrush
I
FDA
tiptoe,
approved?
Rob. Exalted Rob, I tiptoe.
Oh, I gotta go get my plug.
Everybody leaving.
You want a tennis court? Parking lot. Parking lot.
I will say, cheesecake is still my favorite.
You like cheesecake? Green tea, then strawberry.
The orange flavoring for this is really good, though.
I don't think that is Home Alone. Just because it's Macaulay Culkin doesn't mean it's Home Alone. He was in other movies, like
Yeah,
the,
like three.
like The Good Son and a couple other.
Yes, I got the check.
Lonzo, Chris took my pooter. My computer's gone.
Yeah, I know.
Just absconded with it.
Yeah, I know.
The dastardly fiend.
Yeah, I know. I was there. I saw it.
Did he cackle like a madman?
I wasn't here, but I assume yes. Because I didn't want him to.
I feel like everybody
I
here-
had him close the door when he was done, just so I could, have a moment of silence for you.
I appreciate it.
Actually, I was
Did your
pretty happy
computer
that you
go
get
to
to
the
share.
great beyond.
They eliminated our desktops
Yeah, we don't use desktops anymore.
and gave us laptops with hubs.
Will it reach? Oh yeah, boy.
The transition was difficult.
Startling.
Yeah.
Rob, don't forget the baby.
I'm sitting on, baby.
No, you're not.
No?
Baby's
You
beneath
dropped
you.
the baby.
the floor.
I have never once, several. In the
Not
month
only
that
did you drop the baby, you dented it.
you bent the baby.
Well, you bend the baby for
Don't
Rob.
bend the
He got his
baby.
baby. He got his baby.
That hung on the wall for the first year and a half that I worked here with a sign that said, does anybody know this baby?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all know that baby, and he's
I-
no longer here.
I don't know who that baby is. Was that somebody's baby?
I'm pretty sure that was an engineer.
Is that Mark?
No, an engineer.
That was a good joke.
Yeah.
Made me happy.
Well, I mean, it was a fitting allegory for what's going on. But
Fair.
Ala, what? Sorry, my turrets went on.
My turrets.
Some guy on the show who's listening right now. Who's listening right now. He spelled Tourette's wrong. It says I have country turrets.
Turrets.
So every once in a while, my southern goes off. It's my turrets, not my Tourette's.
I like that. That's crazy.
wonder if that IFF chip is working correctly.
By the way,
How can you make more? people angry?
Rhonda Brown says that, and I quote, Exalted Rob, end quote, has the best radio voice of all of us. So that's rad. Congratulations. You're better at my job than me. That's pretty
not.
bad.
Probably not.
Well, considering this is a hobby for me, so
Fair.
I don't take it so seriously.
And I don't care.
Lonzo doesn't care about you, Mom.
He's the tenured professor. He doesn't care.
I'm tenured, baby.
You guys are all in my house.
I've been here for 20-something years.
I've been told many times that
He said that on the show like 3 times this week.
my voice
He
is
does
not
say that a lot.
my voice is not good enough for the air by some people who told me I would never make it. I'm
It's
not talking about your mom.
Okay.
She said the best voice in the room, and she's right.
And
Rob,
she's 100%
Rob
right.
has the best voice in the room.
100% right.
Has
Yeah.
that wonderful low bassy
Yep.
dulcet
And we're not saying that just because
I
he's
have
a
to
sponsor.
fake that voice if I want to use it, which I do.
like Star-Lord from Thor. But
Yes. Yes.
that's
Hi.
a good. Yes.
I did a whole segment about Zach Wilson and his mom's friends in my very wide voice.
Yes. It was very
So-
good.
If I hit the wall, I'm doing the end of the show in that voice, and I'm not breaking out of it.
That's fine.
I wonder if you can keep that voice while being shot on the wall.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse, affectionately known as the Nerd Hour. It used to be a third hour Nerd Hour. If you say that was horrible, then you're wrong, because third hour Nerd Hour is the best thing in the entire world, and then they took it away from us. But you know what? When they took the third hour away from us, we became innovative, because that's what nerds do, and that's why you can watch us live on the stream right now. We were the first ones in the building to do it,
we adapt.
and we've been copied ever since. But, you know,
We're
do we want the third hour back? I'll take the third hour back. Why not? Why not? So you could tell LexCorp that, but he's on vacation, so he won't hear that. Just like he won't hear this, because he's not in town. And if you don't know what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to see if I can get him to text me to tell me that he's listening.
That he's listening.
Yes, which he will do. Okay, that's I mean, you were like 2 inches away from that.
That was a swish, dude.
Yeah,
That was a swish.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
Should've been a swish.
with long arms and everything. All right, we are going to decide.
LeBron wouldn't have won if he didn't have so much height. Yeah, that's
We are going to decide who's going to face the Nerf wall at the end of this here program right now, because I think
Rollies.
it's pretty easy to figure out that Rob Brown has been voted in as our champion. And
You've been nominated.
here's the thing: he only comes on every once in a while, but I often think of, you can be my hero, baby.
those who don't listen to our show don't know what you're doing. I loved it, however.
But Rob is a champion. That's what he does. He stands up for the lesser people, the little people, such as myself and other people. And because of that, he's the champion of the show. He's
You just
standing
call me a
in-
lesser person.
No, because
I mean, for real.
No. You would be classified in this contest as loser because you lost. All right. And so anyway, here's the thing.
so that makes me a what?
Here's the thing. Rob, the champion, came up with this idea because Rob, the
Is an
champion,
idiot.
declared that Lonzo would be the one that would get voted
I
on
really
the
did.
wall.
I really did think that was
We
going to
like
happen.
call that
Why?
an error in judgment.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's an error.
But my people, I want to say my people love me, but my people want to see you get shot more than they love me. So it's more about it's more about you than it is me.
I know. I've made a grave miscalculation.
Yes, you have. But you know what? It's a learning experience. And what is life but learning experiences? And
How do you feel right now, buddy?
that's going to depend on who actually faces
Fair
the
enough.
wall, because there's a preference.
Who do you want?
I have a preference.
Who is it?
Someone who's been noobed several times today.
Gotcha.
just
T2.
because of his
I also want to shoot Tim.
just because. all right. So on our other show, Rob calls me Colonel Grudge, and he's right. When I've been wronged, I have the patience of.
He gets so salty, man.
I have the patience of no one has patience like me. I will wait 2 years to get my revenge. I think it was, 6 months, 7 months ago. Tim, for the first time ever in a Nerf wall, shot me in the forehead.
He did.
And it stung. And I want my revenge. And I've been waiting around, but unfortunately, I've lost every time since then and have been facing the wall every single time. So
And I've laughed every single time.
Neil says,
How many guns do you guys need in here?
all
by the
about,
way?
yeah, we're
All of
surrounded by-
them.
We're surrounded
They're
by
They're
an
just
arsenal.
ready. They're ready to
Yeah.
light me
There's
up,
so
dude.
many.
They are ready
Yeah,
to
they
light me
brought a
up.
shop vac to get up all the Nerf bullets. I think it's gonna be.
I'm still tempted to get the rocket launcher for next year, but
Yeah, he's working on
there's
that.
one with a tripod. It was out of stock when I looked.
Well, there's one that's like connected to a game called Destiny 2. Like they turned one of their rocket launchers into a Nerf rocket launcher. So
It looks pretty cool.
We just found a Nerf mortar cannon.
It looks like a mortar.
It's a legit mortar launcher. That's hilarious. Shoot. Lonzo's bringing out more guns. This is unnecessary.
It's very necessary.
Are you
Look.
nervous before you roll this here die?
I have gone from like, haha, this will be fun to like, oh, well, everything sucks and I hate myself. So that's cool.
Look,
Is that
we
full,
don't-
is that
okay.
is that fully automatic?
we don't do things halfway on the Upstate Pulse. As you can hear, we have various instruments
All right,
to
all right. I would
employ the
I
shade.
would like some quiet for just a moment.
All right.
You're gonna hit me with that.
That was a sound of a wonderful impact.
Whatever. I ain't scared.
I am terrified.
I'm not.
I like how we have the two opposite reactions. Rob, who accepts the reality, and Tim, who does not.
Yeah.
All right, if you're
I'm
looking at the
going out
stream-
fighting.
if you're looking at the stream right
How
now,
long does this go for?
Rob is 30 seconds, so it happens during a break. Rob is holding up his Jesse Ventura gun because that's the only way I can describe it. It's the Jesse Ventura. He's gonna let it rev up a little bit. Listen to that. That, my friends, is awesome, isn't it?
This is quality radio.
That is that's a beautiful sound.
Yeah, it's the sound of a minigun warming up. It's
Yeah.
Think
yeah.
we're
If the aliens attack, Rob Young can fight them off with a Nerf gun, apparently.
yeah. Bring the tic tac on. We will get it before it teleports.
All right.
Rob is
By the way,
actually
yours doesn't shoot Nerf darts. Can I just go on the record?
Yeah, aren't those like the balls?
Those are like hard plastic balls, man.
Yeah, dude.
They're not plastic.
the balls are soft.
They're
Yeah,
balls without paint.
They're not plastic.
They're
I don't believe any one of them.
Rob.
Being a baseball
Rob
fan,
field
you
them.
did bring some catcher's gear, right?
No!
Maybe a cup or
I regret.
Yeah.
I just regret. Just
All right,
end
I
of
can't-
There's
sentence.
some
get it out
books
without
over
shooting
here
this.
if we need them.
Regret, I believe, is the right word for this.
regrets.
All the regrets.
So
Where
we-
you
I was
point
talking
that
to- I was
thing.
talking to someone. Yeah, I'm just reenacting weird science. You know, some people get that.
Either that or Police Academy.
If it comes with a safety on it, which this does, there's a good
I
shot.
mean, technically, mine does. It
Yeah.
has to wind up. Then I can fire once it winds up.
Chris on the stream said, "No, Rob must be the sacrifice." What the?
Dude, that thing does
Give me
sound
that.
pretty gnarly,
Give me
man.
that.
Good job,
Lonzo,
sir. I
give me
see
that. Rob Young, what is that? I'm about to
That's
take
like a-
40
dude,
of those.
It's
This
like
is
a it's like a bouncy
This is a
ball.
bouncy ball, like a
Oh
Super
my
Ball. Remember
God.
Super Balls?
Yes, it's a freaking Super
It's
Bowl.
a Super Ball. This is going to be great.
Let me see it.
Hey,
Man, the
give me my-
fear is
give me my
just
ammo
tangible
back.
here.
All right, so
No.
here's what we're gonna do.
Get one less shot.
Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to roll right now, and then we're gonna take a break. And during the break, someone's getting shot. So
Oh man.
let's have a simultaneous roll. All right, and we're gonna have Pappy count them off.
I need a dice.
All righty then.
Wait. You didn't give
But
Tim
you
a
didn't
dice.
give T2 a die.
I need a dice.
Oh crap! 1 second.
That's
All
all right.
right,
We'll
so-
just
Dice.
It's in the
incoming.
box on the windowsill.
there. Just grabbing one. Because I got to tell you,
In the mimic box. Try
Can
not
I-
to get bit.
can I just say, I don't want to do this. Just so we're all abundantly clear. This
Neither
is
do
gonna
I,
suck.
but I have to do
You
it.
better
I'm-
not have given him one of my good ones. All right,
Is this one of his
boys.
good ones?
Probably.
I don't care.
Where do I roll this thing? This is gonna
All right.
fall.
All right.
All right.
On the count of 3, you'll do your rollies. 1,
Oh.
2, 2.5, 3.
Does it count if it fell
Oh,
off the table?
God.
Yeah, we'll count it.
Mine's still rolling. What do I got, Rob Young? It's directly under your left foot.
The exalted Rob Young.
Be
What
a
is it?
2.
You got it too?
Be a
That's
2.
a 6 or a 9. I can't tell higher
All
than
right,
a 2 either
so
way.
here's the
Yes.
thing. Here's the thing.
6.
T2 has rolled a 3, so Tim is facing the wall.
Oh God! All right, I ain't
So-
scared.
You know, how pathetic is that? Tim rolls a 3, Rob rolls a 6, but
Yeah.
still wins.
No,
We're
after
not high
further,
rollers here
after
at the
further
Super Bowl.
evaluation, it was a 9.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's more than both of those numbers
You're part of the Mighty Nine.
are more than 3.
Hey,
Yes.
look, my number changed.
Yeah, I'm sure
It did.
did.
It changed to a 20.
Magically.
Yeah,
I rolled again. It's a 20.
Chris
First
Chris
of all-
wants a recount. No hanging chads here. It was one was observed by
I
Rob,
verified. Yeah,
Yeah.
verification.
and I was watching the other one.
I
So
verified.
so
We're good.
so there we go. All right.
See, I want you to know I will abstain from shooting you because of how miserable I felt 10 seconds
I
ago.
don't do
Don't
that.
do
Come
that.
on now.
No, he won't. No, he won't. He's just trying
Look
to.
at the number
he's trying
of
to do
people in the chat that are like, no, roll again, do it again.
that. People really
No.
wanted you to be
They
shot.
really
They did.
I gotta tell you, all you sons of guns better show up for the Rob Brown show Monday.
Yeah.
As much as you're putting me through, you better be with me. Oh no, this is not.
All right, so we're taking a break.
There's a Rob Brown show.
Yeah, there is. It's on the fan Upstate. 97.
What's it
called?
What's it called?
97.7.
I have a knack for creativity, and we really put our brains together to come up with the title of the show, which of course is the Rob Brown Show.
So you're Rob of the Rob Brown Show.
Of the
I am.
Rob Brown Show.
That's
Rob
Lonzo
Brown
of the
of
Rob
the
Brown
Rob
Show.
Brown Show.
It
All right.
technically is, for the record, the Rob Brown Show with Lonzo,
Yeah, well.
so that we're clear.
Yeah. Okay. So Chris, as we go to practice, says Tim, protect the man bun. Go ahead and tell him. It's
Well,
not a man
it's
bun.
not a man bun.
Go ahead.
It's definitely not a man
What
bun.
is
But
it?
I
On
will
top,
protect
it's
it.
not a man bun.
He's
Yeah.
Kurosawa. Let's
It's actually
just go with that.
it's actually a top knot. to
It's
be
yeah,
honest.
there you go.
But it's not a knot, dude.
Chris calls it a samurai jack. That's closer to
You-
what it is. It's-
Dude, samurais have top knots,
That's
do.
not a knot.
but it's not a knot.
I
It's,
changed my mind. I'm shooting T2.
there
it's
you
actually it's actually a messy bun, is what it is.
go. Oh, that sounds real,
A
man.
messy bun? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
A messy bun.
Here we go.
Well, the only reason I have it up here is because my headphones get caught in my hair. And like you've seen it. You've
Jack-
seen it. I'd take them off and like my hair would get caught in my
That's true. He
headphones.
filled in for you a couple of weeks ago, and I thought he was going to be taking headphones with him home because he couldn't get them off. Does
All
that
right.
make sense?
All right, let's go ahead and go to break. Jack says, bless your heart, Tim.
Does he wear
Tim,
Crocs?
just so you know.
Yeah, I know what that
after all
means.
this,
I've lived here long enough to know what that means.
By the
after all
way,
this hair talk, I'm going to enjoy shooting you.
Okay, cool.
Matthew's got to take the Nerf one against Brian. Like, how did he just get out of this?
Who says he did?
Fair enough. Accept. He said somebody just did something.
All right. All right. By the way, I'm not shooting anybody.
God, I hope not.
Chris and I both faced the wall.
Who else with that?
No, Chris and I both faced the wall, and it hurt me.
Yeah.
And Chris, that didn't hurt. Like, you
Got
liar.
Exactly
It did
3
too hurt.
minutes to light me up. So let's do
All right, we need a 30 in there so we can get this thing done.
I'm good. Got the bird's blood.
Oh, you're gonna want a mask, dog.
Oh no, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, you need. Well, where's the. Did you have a
Rob,
helmet,
Rob,
Lonzo?
Rob went, well.
Hold on. I got a mask. You ready?
Is this thing not-
No. Do you want to use this?
That's insane,
Hey,
and I
you
love
wanna
it.
use this?
My little nephew is in his
Use
phase
it.
right now.
Yeah.
So my mom just
Now
got
you
him
can
a gun
protect
similar
your
to that
vitals.
one, but it's got like a clip in it. It's
You know,
got, like,
the two things that you really
15, 20
need.
But it right? And now I want to show up to his house for Christmas with this and just be like, no.
Oh.
How much does that cost?
That's
by
it,
the way?
really?
$75. It was not expensive.
75.
Really?
That's it.
All right. All right. I'm going to let Rob come over here. Can you unplug your thing for just a minute?
Yeah.
Ready.
Wait,
Oh
wait.
my
It has to be
God.
30 seconds. You gotta shoot. Come on. You got to shoot. Here. Look at this.
How's this one work? Is it just cock? Is it cock and fire?
I don't know. It should be.
Are we ready?
Yeah, go.
Guys, we're not shooting. There they go.
Hang on, I just figured out how to shoot mine. So
Yeah, I probably hit it with about 40.
All right.
Tim, well done. Well done.
Now we got to figure out which bullets are which. Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
We'll figure that out.
Hurts.
That is the least of problems.
Like millions of them.
The only time that thing gets shot is here.
You were not prepared.
medic.
You know what?
He said T2
Wasn't too
flinched,
bad,
he's
was
gotta
it?
do it again.
So,
We have a few that are empty.
so Tim, does it sting when they hit you from that thing, or it ain't too bad?
Oh yeah, it stinks.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
All right. So, as was just mentioned, and I will remind everyone, just because Owen and Matthew didn't get shot this week doesn't mean that they're out of the woods.
Okay, good.
Because next week, if they both are here, there will be another tiebreaker, and one of them will get shot.
Oh, so I don't have to do it again?
No,
No, you
Yes!
I would say
you
you
faced
did.
the wall, dude.
So I get to shoot them?
Yeah, the one flaw in this is they don't get the rotary gun, but it's all right. We'll make up for it with extra shots.
Where are my dice?
Mine, this one's
Oh,
over
there's
here,
one
my
right here.
headphones.
Unless the gun makes an appearance.
Let me see the one he rolled.
Yeah, Lisa says there's always a next time. Yes, there is.
Yeah, there's always a next time. And there's always a better deal.
Look at that. No, I mean, look at the ground.
Dude, somebody get a picture of that. We got to put that on Instagram.
We do.
Getting paid. At least play Diablo.
So I wanted to. Well, we'll talk about it on air.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. For sure.
All right, almost as good as Tim getting shot was coming back with some Billy and Mandy, just because. Alan wants paintball next. Here's the thing, first of all, that would be frowned upon by the engineering staff and management of WORD
Yeah.
if we did that in this room and ruined all the wonderful banners.
My
what if we just
my
froze the
son's going to
paintballs?
play paintball for the first time, actually, in a couple weeks.
All right, so Matthew says, I will win the tiebreaker and I will relish in the 30 seconds. So there we go. Challenge accepted and gauntlet thrown down. I hope you win, Matthew. I can speak for Tim, or Tim can speak for himself. I would love to see Owen against the wall.
Can I just
I'd like to see either one of you
There
against
might,
the wall.
there might be some malice. Might be some malice.
Can I would
I
just
don't
like to
reveal any malice.
just like to put out one quick statement. It's over. You can stop voting for me now. To the people literally still texting, no. Make Rob do it anyway.
Those
worry,
are-
we'll
store
those
those
are the
votes for
T2
next
fans,
time.
man.
Listen, SummerSlam's in what? Like 4 weeks?
No, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's on the 30th.
We'll make picks for SummerSlam. I'll win again. And then I won't volunteer. Hey, you know who should face the wall? The dude who won. Stupid idea.
You gonna do picks for Ric Flair's last match card?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick. Well,
The whole card. Though.
I had a joke, and I'm gonna
That's
leave
good.
it there.
That's going to be hard for me because a lot of those guys I don't know. Rob is actually going to be there, and you know some of the card, right?
Yeah, Impact has some guys. MLW has guys. The Von Erichs.
The Von Erichs. Well, the
are
newest
going
Von
to be-
Erichs.
Yeah,
Do they
the
still
The
exist?
sons of Kevin Von Erich
Okay.
are going to be wrestling the Briscoes.
How about that? Rock and Roll Express with Ricky Morton and Kerry Morton versus
Hey.
Flying Brian Jr.
I just want to put out there I love Ricky Morton. Just in
Ricky
case,
Morton is
just
the
in case
same.
he's listening. I love Ricky Morton. We got to interview Ricky Morton at a live event, and Ricky Morton broke the camera, and we were scared to tell. What the camera went down, and we just didn't tell him because Ricky Morton, he laughed, he cried, he got angry, and I thought he was going to smack Chris across the face. I really did. And Flaccid Patrick, text Flaccid to 71307. Patrick had this look on his face like, my God, what are we going to do? He saw the camera go down, and he looked at me, and I just slightly shook my head like, don't tell Ricky. Don't tell Ricky. Because we're still on the air. Don't tell Ricky. Ricky had me concerned. Ricky can still go. I mean, that's not a Ricky can go. So my money's on Ricky for that match. Okay, who else?
By the way, they are taking on Brian Pillman Jr. and of course Arn's boy with Arn there.
All right.
So I gotta go. I'm sorry, I get it. But friend of the show, Arn Anderson,
Yes,
whose corner I
yes.
will always be in.
Arn and the grannies. Arn's
Arn's a granny lover, certified granny lover.
He said
He
that
said that himself.
He did. He absolutely said that.
You know what he also said? That we had the best green room, that our green room was better than WWE's.
Can I just tell you that I texted Flaccid to 71307 and it wished me a happy new year for 2021, Lonzo.
Someone hasn't updated that yet. It's not on me.
I did
A little behind.
Oh no.
I like this guy.
I know.
I like this guy.
All right. So back in the day, Chris would update those messages, but Chris is now an engineer.
I got you. And
And,
I'm too lazy. So
Well, no. Now this is something that Tim needs to learn how to do.
Yeah, that would be nice.
good job, T2. Now, not only did you get absolutely raked by Nerf guns. We added another job responsibility.
Of
what
course.
a big day for T2.
Of course.
You
Of
know,
course.
I
That's
would
a
li-
win.
I would like to throw the disclaimer out there that no Nerfs were hurt during
Yeah.
No
the
nerves.
process of
No
Worry
nerves.
not. The darts are fine.
No, no,
guys.
no
Starts are
Tims
perfectly
either.
fine.
No Tims
They're
were
okay.
hurt
Tim's
in the
minor
making of
concussion
this.
is fine.
I also want to say that before anyone faces the wall, they are not told to by their boss that they have to do that. They are all will say whether they will or not. They are not made to feel lesser if they say no. No one has said no yet. So
Nobody's gonna say no.
Yeah, because
you
it's-
gotta own it.
Well, you almost said no.
No, I would have done it. I'd have hated it, but I'd have done it.
Jack says we need a Nerf herder. Yes, we do. We absolutely need a Nerf herder.
Or a
Perhaps a,
shot
a scruffy looking one.
Yes, scruffy.
Ray Fenix versus Laredo Kid versus Taurus versus Bandito. I'm all in for that match.
All right,
that'll be
so
amazing.
I know Ray Phoenix, but I don't know the other guys.
Laredo Kid was in Lucha Underground for a little while. Look at all those birds, Lonzo.
And Bandito, good.
Really?
It's
all
Alfred
those birds.
Hitchcock
Oh
outside.
my God, they're
Look at all those
following him.
birds. There are
That's
literally
how it is every
Why?
weekend.
thousands of them.
Why? And they're just on the
They're
wire.
lining the power lines, waiting on Lonzo to get off work.
Hey, look, right
This
here,
is
right-
incredible.
Lonzo, right here on top of the closest lamp is the
That-
Bird General.
that-
That is Bird
that's-
Commander.
That's the scout.
Yep.
The point.
That is Oliver Fly North for the winner.
They have already bombarded my car.
Well, that's what you get for parking
can-
under the
hey,
General's lamp.
Hey,
I'm
some
pretty
people,
sure one of them
Crookedly.
is wearing a bomber's jacket.
Crookedly, I might add.
some people think the bird thing is a joke. I started saying birds aren't real, and there they are, all of them. Like all
To
birds,
tell you.
all birds in the upstate are right there, and they just flew away. Good.
Hey, Killer Cross and Scarlet versus Davy Boy Smith Jr. That'd be all right.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
This card might be worth
This
watching
card's
there,
pretty
Big
good. Josh
Rob.
Alexander and Jacob Fatu, both one a current world champion, one a former world champion. But the tag match that I think's a sleeper for folks that haven't seen it is the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, who were amazing against the Wolves, who 10 years ago in Ring of Honor were one of the best tag teams in the world. So I think that'll be good. Too.
He has turned me. I'm
Nerding out.
jealous now. I kind of want to go.
And he's going to be there in the
Kinda wanna
front
go.
row.
Yeah.
And he's going to send me pictures, so I will let you
Yeah, I
see the
can
pictures.
send you- and then there's also a New Japan card that we're going to as well that has El Desperado versus John Moxley and FTR in a 6-man.
Don't hate that at all.
Yeah, whatever.
Lonzo hates that AEW is doing it right. That's what he hates.
No,
He does.
He hates
does.
that
And
he's
doing
like,
it right.
FTR is not even a good tag
Yeah,
team.
they're
No, I
not.
know. Trust
They're
me.
not.
That's what
They're
he
not.
says.
They're not that
He's
good.
already promised me when I get FTR on, I'm going to have to fire Lonzo for one segment because he's already told me repeatedly he will tank that interview intentionally.
I
You
just-
want me to just come in and take a
yeah,
spot
Rob's
for that
coming in.
segment?
Yeah.
I
All right.
just want to point out that Rob can't fire me because I'm an executive, but that's fine. But
And that's why I can't
Also,
do it.
Yeah,
Rob, you
that's
can
why.
just live in your AEW bubble. I mean, that's just fine.
yeah, that's thank you.
I
See,
like
Rob Young's right here with
I
me,
like my
fellas.
bubble.
The exalted one is in my corner.
So what
All
you're
right.
saying is your
I
bubble
mean,
buddies.
It's
All right.
possible we might have somebody's phone number in FTR if you want to just, we can call them and get that done.
I want you guys to know that, and I think
Possibly.
regular listeners know the picture that's trying to be
We
painted
just need to
here
have coffee.
is I had expectations of AEW, and they have started to live up to that. And I've mentioned that on the air that they have gotten better. Some of the things that I had a problem with, they've improved, and they still have a little ways to go, and they're probably going to get there. Right now, they have an oversaturation problem, and they have lame tag team guys like FTR who act like they're afraid to go up on top of the rope, but it's okay. They can do it when they're in a singles match, but when it's false branding. I do not like false branding. Either do it or don't do it.
Do the way I want it done, or
No,
it's
no, no,
bad.
No. You can do that, Rob, but everyone just heard I was talking about the branding. They say they don't do it, then they do it.
No flips his fist.
That makes them liars. And
No, they said they
And if
don't
there's-
do it in their
hey,
tag team.
hey, I don't like a liar.
There's
okay?
one thing Lonzo and KO hate. It's a liar.
Exactly. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're hitting the Nerd Roundtable. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WORD.
I'll tell you the wrestler that I thought I was one meeting was freaking Danhausen.
Love Dan House.
Oh my God. He's hilarious.
I'm just gonna play this on the stream all show Monday. That's Dabo. I'm just gonna play that on the stream all day on Monday.
No, I think you should say who's a better dancer, Dabo or Mark Ryan.
No, in fairness,
No,
fairness, that's a solid take on the gritty. hitting the gritty's not easy, and that's a pretty good gritty from Dabo.
What do you think you paid for the pink jacket?
I don't know. And in fairness, I don't hate the outfit. The more I look at it, the more I'm like,
you would not hate. Yeah, you would not hate
that.
it. You would
Yeah,
wear that.
I'd wear that.
I think you
100%
actually
I'd wear
have
that.
already worn that.
That's right.
Maybe not the
Take
shorts
it
though.
everywhere.
I've got multiple pink shirts. No worries. I do not have a pink blazer, but I would rock. I actually, the more I look at it, the more I take it back. I'd wear that.
By the way, it's Uncle Buck actually.
Uncle Buck's on.
It's Uncle Buck.
No, that was Home Alone earlier.
No, it was Uncle Buck. Again, you see Macaulay Culkin, and you might automatically think. You really are putting that up on your.
Don't say, I love my favorite part of that movie. Don't say balls. He goes nuts.
I'm just gonna hold this to the rest of the break. Let everybody get that Dabo love in.
Hey, Lonzo, when we come back, I'd like to, if it's okay, we had a 1,000-point Warhammer 40K tournament. Can I call out the winners real quick?
Dude, you can talk about whatever you want to.
No, I just want to, for those guys, like they may not hear it, but it would be really cool to go, hey, it was a kind of a beginner league for people getting in, and they came and stuck their necks out and played in the tournament, which is always nerve-wracking if you've never done it.
All right,
I've done tournaments.
Come back with Nerd Roundtable, and Rob will give his shout out.
This involved dice.
No, I know.
Yours involved throwing people on their heads.
True. I did that quite a bit.
Yeah.
I also got that done to me quite a bit too. Part of my strategy was just getting crap kicked out of me. So.
Been there, done that.
Yep.
Might be why I'm having to do what I'm having to do this week.
Mariners just won 13 in a row.
Mariners.
13 in a row.
What'd they do? Go get Floyd Bannister off the mothballs? And see what I meant? I'll give you the deep takes. Give you the deep takes.
So do you guys like
Nerve-wracking. That's funny.
Running like those kinds of like Warhammer. How much do you get like a lot of people watching?
So when we move, we're going to set up a camera table so that you'll have a camera table for people to watch and be able to stream it and hopefully work up a Twitch following kind of thing for some of the tournaments, some of the games, and then move it over to YouTube. You know the drill, but the idea is to try to build that. We actually have a space at the new store.
All right, come back.
When you guys want to see the store, I do know a guy that can get you on a tour. If we
Yes, I've been wanting to see the store, but this is not Nerd Roundtable. I asked you to come back with Nerd Roundtable.
Nerd Roundtable.
He's being so mean to you. So mean.
Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse and Nerd Roundtable time. And, there are games played on tables, and sometimes on those tables, there are winners, right, Rob?
That is correct. Today, we had 1,000-point Warhammer tournament at the shop. And Mark texted me the winners. It's mostly guys that are newer into the game or wanting to play a smaller scale game. Josh Wood pulled top place. Patrick German pulled best painted. And Griffin Day won best sport.
Way to go, Josh, Patrick, and Griffin. Way to go.
They killed it. Did great today.
I've never played that before. It's pretty popular, though.
Yeah, Warhammer 40K is the most popular miniature game on Earth.
Okay.
It is humongous. So, you build your armies and you play. It's really good. They constantly have an evolving meta, with the game where they'll put up new changes and things like that on the web. But it's really, really a good game. Been around forever. The miniatures are incredible. I used to play Fantasy. That's more of a sci-fi game. I used to play Warhammer Fantasy. They call Age of Sigmar now, because fantasy for me is, Lord of the Rings. It's kind of fun.
Also, didn't they have a reboot with that where like pretty much everybody died?
Yeah, Age of Sigmar is a reboot. That world, they basically killed everybody except Gotrek, because Gotrek is the stubborn dwarf who just can't seem to die.
It was just the dwarf who made it.
Yeah, it's the guy that wants to die, the dwarf who's like, I've done all these wrong things. I'll charge the biggest, baddest thing on the battlefield. They call them slayers. And that's their thing. They want to go out in a blaze of glory, but they don't want to be around anymore. And nothing can kill him. Like he keeps living, even though he's trying his best.
I know a little bit about the Warhammer Fantasy stuff, because for like PC games, they have the Total War series has been doing Warhammer games for like the past couple of years. They just put out the third one, which is a lot of focus on chaos. So
Chaos was horrible in Warhammer Fantasy to have to play against. They were always the bad guys, right? And you wanted to make them really tough. So they were really hard to fight. You didn't want to be in hand to hand.
So how, for like balance and stuff, how, like, so you'd see a lot of like chaos armies and stuff, right?
Yeah. When it was fantasy, you would, and then you would shooty. You run around and don't get in hand to hand. Hit them with cannons, hit them with bows, hit them with everything you could, and stay out of hand to hand as much as you could.
Yeah, that's how you counter things. All right.
I really don't want to get touched by Nurgle or Slanesh. I think Khorne would just want to kill me. So Tzeentch, I don't know what would happen.
Yeah,
so.
he just wanted to drop knowledge. That's all it is.
No,
He wanted
I
to say that.
I go with that. I appreciate it. I just
Yeah.
like to point out that the Exalted one said, just run around and go shooty, and I stand that approach to every game.
All right. So Keith says, shoot a Doomweaver over them. I don't know what a Doomweaver is, but it sounds like it would be.
It's a thing that does stuff.
Okay. I'm guessing it weaves doom.
It weaves doom.
All right.
Anything with doom in it makes it 10 times more effective.
It does. Text line 71307. Tim.
All right. Texter says, hey guys, shout out to Kid Blasted. After last week's discussion, I began watching Stranger Things. I'm on season 3. Great show. Every Steven Dustin scene is comedy gold. IMO.
You're absolutely right, by the way. And I have a Stranger Things question, actually. Do we have any more texts?
Yes, we have lots of texts.
Okay, well, let's get to them then so we can
All
get
right,
in the round table.
Texter writes, my dudes, TV14 and WWE is back. How are we feeling? Suggestive content and dialogue is back.
All right, so really quick on that. We discussed this in the Fight Club on the Rob Brown Show.
Which you can go to thefanupstate.com and pull that and listen to Lonzo's greatest segment every single week.
Yes, you can. It's on Thursdays if you want to hear it live at 11:20-ish. We talked about that there. TV 14 rating, probably not what you think it's going to be. It's more about, we believe, the crowd, because AEW has allowed their crowds to curse a lot, and that has made its way to WWE, and you can only hit a dump button so many times.
Yeah.
So the best way to solve that is to change it to TV 14 so you cannot get fined by the FCC because you have that warning label on there now. So crowds have become more vocal as far as the curse words go. And as someone who produces shows, a lot, you can only push the button so many times.
So you and I said that there are two factors, that one probably being the larger one, because WWE fans are getting to the point where, despite WWE's efforts to be the more family friendly of the two wrestling shows, and I think that's part of the reason I jumped to AEW, was it's a more adult wrestling show, and I am an adult, and
It's
that's
like Nitro was, and
absolutely
ECW if you really want to go.
absolutely.
I think it's more ECW than Nitro. But
So
at least pre NWO.
100%. 100%, but it is the more adult themed. I don't know if I'll say theme, but the more adult set show. The problem is some of it gets so overbearing on the show, and we know how fans pick up chants from other places, and so WWE came over. But to say that there's not a little influence of because the WWE guys have recently been working a little bit more profanity into their promos, right? Like Brock dropped an S-bomb on Roman literally this week about what he was going to do to him, etc. You got to assume there's a little bit of leeway of let's let the wrestler say a bad word, even if it's like one or two a show, to add some dramatic effect to it, right? Like that'd be my thought.
All right, Texter writes, you guys do know that you can get a gift box every month from different countries all over the world with all their different candies and pastries and whatnot. Is the cheesecake really that good, Jim and Easley?
Yes,
yes,
Jim, it is really good. But you know what? We don't have to wait for a box to come in the mail when we could just go to Borderlands Comics and Games and buy the candy.
And the green tea is the best, in my humble opinion.
I need to try that one before you
It's
leave.
incredible. I don't have it.
How much
Okay,
candy?
you guys ate them all.
How much candy
Can
are
we
you
go
going
to
to eat
your
today?
secret
I love
stash, Rob?
candy, dude.
Huh?
All right,
I want to know if you have a secret stash and can you go to it?
Well, I mean, not here, but
Yeah.
yes.
So is it in Borderlands, or is it like in a safe house all its own?
Well, we all take our risks in life. You can find out.
I like that.
Was that a threat towards me, or
Cam's strategy was, hey, tell me where your secrets are. Nah, it's not. Come on, man.
look? I have a friendly face. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It's like, yeah, I could trust you.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
here's where it is.
pirate hat gives it away.
Yeah. All right. Any more
What?
texts?
I'm trustworthy.
Yeah, Texter writes, it is a pleasure listening every Saturday night to you guys, and thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And yep, that's it.
Also, Exalted Rob, we bonded over shooting the crap out of Tim. I feel like we have a connection here.
You hear all this hate for T2 in
No,
the
no,
room?
I
it's
hear
not-
the hate, and then I feel like if we were that connected, he wouldn't have put a wall between us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
He's
there's
not
a-
even in the same room.
There's
Yeah.
a reason why
There's
he's
a-
in,
there's
the,
a
in the penalty
A
box.
huge glass over there between
Look,
you.
you say a couple of things, you discredit the Eagles, things happen.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Okay. You had to bring that back up. All right. So,
Well, screw the Eagles. They're a terrible band.
all right.
What?
They make terrible lyrics. They're just one in an ocean of noise in classic rock.
See, that's why he's in the cage.
Yeah.
And that's why he'll stay there.
Yeah.
That's why his character
Journey
won't,
is a
his,
better band.
his character
We need a
won't make
dump
it out of
button.
session one.
Where's the dump button?
Oh, it's over here.
All right.
Every
we-
time Cam
Don't
opens
you
his mouth,
dump the
pushes.
truth.
All right. Let me ask a couple questions in the roundtable since it's a round. Although there is fighting going on, obviously. All right. So there's an outcry by people like Tim Snow about the fact that Eddie Munson died. Spoiler. Sorry, he died. Okay. So someone had to die in
No,
Stranger
no.
Things.
I was fully expecting him
All
to
right,
die.
all right. So anyway,
I
let me
just
finish
I
the
thought his
question.
death would actually meant something.
Let me finish the question. All right. So Eddie Munson, someone has to die in Stranger Things in this season.
Yeah.
If not Eddie, then who? Who are you going to kill off? If you have to kill one of the other people off and keep Eddie alive, who would it be? Text line 71307. You can also get us on Facebook.
You asking
and
me?
YouTube. First of all, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I would-
I'm looking at you, yo.
All right. All right, yo. I would go with Steve.
You're going to kill off Steve Harrington,
Yeah.
the best character in the entire show, to save Eddie.
Yeah. 100%.
Cameron, who you killing off?
You know what? I would either go Jonathan or Nancy because it would be a big shock
All right.
and it would have rippling effects in everybody.
All right. So the most insignificant character in this season of Stranger Things is Will Byers. Will Byers would have to go. All he did was cry the entire show, the entire season.
Yeah.
That's all he did was cry.
Honestly,
he didn't add to anything. He didn't do
honestly,
anything.
his character is so insignificant now that
He looked awkward and
I
he cried.
completely forgot about him.
When they came back, his neck started acting up again. I mean,
Yeah,
because he
man.
started feeling the
he's
mind
just-
flare.
He's
Hopefully
just
he
there to
actually gets
sense the mind flare. That's it.
Hopefully he gets to do a lot more in season 5. You
All
know,
right,
because I
so-
feel like they've wasted his character quite a bit.
I know Rob Brown hasn't watched it.
But I have an answer.
Okay.
Rob Zombie is bringing back the Munsters in a 2020 movie, and Eddie Munster is going to be amazing.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That's
gonna
not
be
related
awesome.
to what we were talking about, Rob.
I don't care. I wanted to say it out loud.
Sorry, Mark. I know you're in season 3,
what I wanted
but
to do.
Every season they bring someone on and then they pretty much kill them off, like Billy and
Yeah.
other people. They do that. That's what they do. That's what shows do, and they keep the main characters going. Again,
What did you guys think of Billy as a character?
I had to deal with Billy in high school. Okay,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
time. Remember,
Yeah.
this is set in the '80s. I was in high school when this was going on, and
Freaking beef.
yeah, exactly. It's beef for sure.
I
freaking
feel
beef.
like everybody has had to deal with a Billy in their life.
Yeah, that Billy, he sat at the smokers table, the rockers table, where Tim sat in high school. But Billy was a punk. All right.
You got to call me out like that.
Because listen, we all had cliques. We all were. Well, some of us did. I didn't fit anywhere. Just like here.
Some of us
Yeah,
went
but I
to
wasn't a
different
bully
cliques.
though. I did hang out with people like him, but I was not a bully. No.
If you were bigger, would you have been a bully?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Look, Tim was probably chill.
I dealt with bullies in my own way.
All right. So I hung out with the nerds. I had a nerd table when I was a senior. Every freshman nerd came and asked, "Sir, can I sit at your table?" Like, yeah, go ahead.
I was a closet.
So were you the Eddie Munson of
I-
Eddie? Were you Eddie?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
yeah, more than likely, I was definitely Eddie. But which
He
is
was
why I like
talking
his.
to me. He wasn't talking to you, but that's
Well,
fine.
I mean,
Tim,
that's why I
follow the
like his
flow of the
character
show.
so much.
yeah, it's all right.
I thought you were talking to me.
All right, so I am curious, what table did you set at in high school? I mean, I'm curious. I already know where Rob sat. Rob Brown. There's a 1%er table. They didn't actually take lunch with everybody else. They had their own special room. that
Yes,
they
our,
went
bu-
to.
our butler brought us our fresh cooked lunch every day.
Yeah.
as you like
right-
sat in
right-
your
We
suits.
left school in our helicopter to go to the golf course because we had to eat at the yacht club,
Right.
obviously.
Wow.
Yeah. right before Cotillion, which was where?
Right before Cotillion, which was actually at the yacht club.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I am curious though, what lunch table did Rob Young set at?
Man, that was weird. So there were jocks and nerds at my lunch table.
See, same here. I mean, because I was a what did we call them? Student athlete at the time. They don't have those anymore, but that's what we were.
I'd like to say Renaissance man, of which I also was one. So I also sat at and for me in particular, I had like the jocks also sometimes were also the nerds and also were in all the honors classes. So there's a couple people who did just about everything. I usually sat with them. Of course, I went and sat with everybody too. Sometimes the varying effect is like, why are you over here? I was like, I just wanted to talk to you.
All right. Here's another argument here. Gremlins director Joe Dante thinks Baby Yoda is a Mogwai ripoff. Rob Young, is Baby Yoda a Mogwai ripoff? There's a reason why it can't be.
I don't think so.
Because Yoda came first.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
so does that show a real lack of
Contextual awareness?
Well, if you
Yeah, I'm
actually,
like,
if you
what?
actually look at the picture of it, I mean, I can see what he's saying, but I disagree.
But also, if you look at Yoda and you think, what would a Baby Yoda look like? That's what it would look like. I mean, do you change it because it actually looks a little bit like a Mogwai?
Well, I mean, Baby Yoda was created after.
Right. But if you see Yoda and you picture what Yoda would have looked like as a kid, that's what he would look
yeah,
like.
well,
The
I see what
base form
you're
of the
saying.
species was put out before Gremlins.
Sounds more like they did that better than I did, and I'm angry it's so successful.
Yep.
Or the fact that there is a new animated special coming out called Mogwai. I forget, not the early years. But it's a thing.
It's an 80s sitcom.
Yeah, it is. It's
Cheap
a,
Pete. He's
I
looking for
don't
Cheap
think-
Pete.
it's about when Gizmo first met the dude who sold him to what's his name's son. I used to know all the names, but it was a long
Gizmo
time
and the
ago.
gang.
Yeah, those guys. All right.
Good Gizmo and the gang.
That was so beautiful. A Florida woman. All right. So Rob Brown grew up in Florida.
Yeah,
So-
buddy.
So maybe he's heard of something like this happening, and I'm curious of how Rob Brown would deal with such thing, because as we know, if you're from a state, you're an expert on everything from
about
that,
it,
from
yeah,
that state.
yeah.
You've been everywhere in the state,
Correct.
and you know everything about the state.
Correct.
A Florida woman who decided to stay in for a calm, relaxing evening at home on Saturday ended up experiencing the shock of her life when she found something in her toilet. Hollywood resident Michelle Reynolds says she just put a bag of popcorn in the microwave when she went to use the restroom. I opened the door and did a quick turnaround because I saw the thing in there, she said. The thing Reynolds is referring to.
Wait. Can I guess?
Yes.
Gator, iguana, snake. One of the three.
All right. The thing that she's referring to is a Mexican spiny tail iguana, which measured nearly 24 inches long. He took up most of the toilet bowl, she notes. When it became obvious the iguana had no plans to leave on its own, Reynolds called the wildlife removal service Iguana Lifestyles.
You know, you gotta hate those toilet iguanas.
Yes, I know. Those are the worst. Which sent Harold Rondon out to retrieve the reptile. This is the second one this week already, he says.
All right, first off, he didn't say it like that.
Okay.
He may have said it like that.
He was
Where in Florida is this?
Hollywood.
Hollywood, Florida. No, that's the north. That's Yankee Florida. That's down South Florida.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's down South Florida, which is like you should take Florida and cut it off at Tallahassee and then stick the bottom part of Florida up onto New England and it'd fit better.
What he said was, yeah, this is the second one this week already.
It's another spiky tail iguana, huh?
Hey, yo, this is the second one this week, man.
This is the
crazy up in here with these toilet iguanas.
You get toilet iguanas. You get two iguana stories out of Florida. You get iguana shows up in the commode, and when it starts to get cold, my favorite story, it happens out of Florida once a year. When it gets cold, because they're cold-blooded, they start falling out of the trees, and once a year, they fall on somebody's head and knock them out. Once a year, somebody gets KO'd by an iguana, which is pretty spectacular.
The iguana drop.
Florida.
Yeah,
Yes.
we read those stories every year too, because I can imagine if I was in Florida, I'd be looking up the entire time I'm walking.
Yeah, it's like, and people think you're joking because like in Australia they have a joke they mess with Americans called drop bears, right? And they say, oh well, yes, you get. I'm sorry. They say watch out for the drop bears. They're like koala bears, but they're mean and poisonous and have big teeth, just to freak out the tourists. There's no such thing as a drop bear. If you go to South Florida and they're like, hey, watch out for falling iguanas, right? People are like, nah, yeah, okay, whatever, dude. But once a year, somebody gets absolute Mike Tyson to buy a falling iguana, and it's better every single freaking time. God, I love my state.
Real quick, worst one for me: giant wolf spider in the toilet.
Yeah, that's not good.
Getting him some water.
As long as you see him before you sit down.
I had a scorpion in
It
the
was
shower
close.
once.
It was close.
Really close. All right, you listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on 106.3 WRD.
You want to start doing the old school and hop and jump?
Find a wolf spider in here.
Went down, flush it, you're over
Yeah.
there. How do I stop on it? Jesus Christ, don't pull that. Like, I'm barefooted. Like, what am I going to do? Holy crap.
Oh man.
Ooh.
I gotta say, I've made it 38 years, and I'm jinxing myself now. But 38 years, and I have yet to turn on the light to find wildlife in my commode. Fortunately enough.
Yeah.
I was
My
young
cat,
I think
my,
he was in the
my
house
cat
when
we
we
just
bought
got jumped in my shower one night.
That's where I think. It was like a vanity, one of those, like tuber kind of vanities, and I think he lived behind it. Like, because it was not long, it was like 17, 18 years ago when we bought our old house, and I think he just he would come out and get water and then run back.
I had a moment where I was like 7 years old, and in the middle of doing my business, I'm just looking around and stuff. Look down, snake, big old snake, just like staring at me.
Yeah, and I get a phone call because I was at work, and I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? Just take him out of the room and go somewhere else. I can't leave.
Mom. I forget if ice is just the mic stand or she just.
Mic stands are brutal, especially the old ones, because we have some. The bases are really, really could be used as a weapon towards anything.
And there was a very, if I recall, there was a very quick transfer of where I was between one bathroom to the other.
I still need to do my business.
Yes. Well, you can't find a snake while you're, in the middle of the process.
I have
You
so
could.
many inappropriate comments right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for. I
Just-
appreciate your
Yeah, no, I'm
restraint.
doing it for Alonzo, not you.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I know.
Coming back.
Let's roll some dice.
Yes. Who is that? Hey, dude.
You come back
What
lightning
is
round?
this thing?
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
I was watching the stream on the way in.
All right, it's time for lightning round, where I tell everybody what is going on in this room. As many stories as I possibly can. Chris Evans busts. Not only does he come to the door, he slams the door against Sean Connery. And, I guess since he's an engineer now, if he breaks something, it's okay.
Well, he's the one that's got to fix it. What's he care?
Fix it. But yeah, he just slammed it right through there.
Adds it to the paycheck for
Yeah,
today.
and
You
then
gotta
he's-
make an entrance.
well, I'm glad you got on Rob's mic and not somebody else's. 'Cause, yeah, you could go in there if you want. But we got 5 minutes left in the show.
Give him a microphone.
Yeah, he can go in
Go
there.
get a mic.
Chris, come in here.
You're gonna need headphones though.
No, he can go in there. He can go in there. There's 3 mics in that room.
Oh, but can he hear us?
Yeah, he
I
can-
care about
Of course
Chris.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, he's in there now.
Yes. There's
I'm in
that. All
He's in
right.
the penalty box.
He is. He's in the box
Oh,
too.
guys with Pappy, look out!
All right. A woman who was 39 weeks pregnant decided to go to a Metallica concert. While at the Metallica concert, she gave birth during Enter Sandman. By the way, this is one of the most metal things in the world. Tim just almost fell out of his chair.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just because I said Metallica. I can say Metallica 1,000 times, and his hand just goes up. Sign of the devil, I think.
That song is
yes.
not that long.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that
do
is
too.
a quick I labor. knew we were friends. I knew it.
Wrestling reference: did the kid come out, crack a beer, pour it over his face, put out his cigarette, hit somebody with a bamboo cane? Did that? Sandman?
I'm not sure that they have pictures of that. I do know what you're talking about, but the question is she obligated to name her child Lars, whether it's a boy or a girl?
Oh, I was gonna go with Sandy. Obviously,
No,
sad but
it's gotta-
true.
It's got to be Lars. It's got to be Lars. I mean,
Thank you, T2.
that's the name from Metallica that you're going to think of when Lars.
Not James.
No, I mean James is common.
Yes, James is the correct
I
answer.
know James Hetfield. I get it, but it's common. You go with Lars. You absolutely go with Lars.
Simple true.
All right, a Georgia man wins a fight with an alligator on children's playground.
Can I straight up
The
say it?
end.
As a representative of the great state of Florida and Louisiana, born in Louisiana, but in Florida, underrated. And here's why. Gators easy to beat. You got to sneak up behind them. Once you get the mouth closed, they're done. They can't do anything.
All right, so that's what
That's it.
That's
Easy
what he
to beat
had
a
to
gator.
do.
Speaking of which, I caught
You
the
have duct tape.
the story about the iguana in the toilet on my way in, and Lonzo was trying to build the suspense, and he kept referring to it as a thing. And then I thought he was like, "Do you know what the thing was?" I was like, "Yeah, you mean like the one from Antarctica, like the thing? Like if that was in her toilet, that story ends very differently."
Yeah, because then she becomes the thing. Because she was, it's, but the way the thing would enter is just a totally thing we don't want to talk about. Okay, I don't know if you knew this, but scientists have found out that being hangry is an actual thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Am
Just
I-
ask any of my children.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to say, is anybody in here never been hangry?
I honestly don't get hangry, or the lady friend gets so hangry that by comparison, I'm actually a really nice guy next to her. One or the other.
You haven't been sympathy hangry?
No, it's like, you know that point. You're married. You know that point when you're like, oh, I have about 28 minutes to get her fed, or she's going to be a very different person.
Yeah, I know that too.
Yeah.
I don't get this because Courtney is the most kind and understanding person I've ever
She's
met.
not watching. She's not watching anymore. You're
It
fine.
doesn't matter. She can watch it later. And she probably, she's so kind and understanding. She voted for Rob earlier, even though she didn't know what Rob was being voted for.
Listen, I'm on this show. She knew it was going to be hilarious for everybody. That's not me.
All right. Elden Ring is now one of the highest selling games in the history of the USA. Is anybody surprised by that?
Yes.
Is it really that good?
No.
Yeah, I am.
Yes, it's
I'm
really that
genuinely
good.
shocked.
It's really that good.
Okay.
It really is a good game.
Because look at the other games that are on the list. I mean, just off the top of my head, I think a bunch of them are first-person shooters.
Yeah, it just surpassed one of the Call of Duties. I forget which one.
Modern Warfare 2.
But I mean,
original.
those are the popular genre. And
Here's
this
the
doesn't
question.
seem to match.
I think you can do fantasy, right? Because all of
No,
the
I
Elder
understand
Scrolls and
that.
Skyrim's still there. Here's the question.
Okay,
I
Skyrim,
don't want to
fair enough.
know how many they sold. I want to know how many people bought it, played it for a week, and went, screw this, I'm out. Because that game's hard.
You and Tony Schiavone.
At least me and
yeah.
Tony Schiavone.
We know Tony Schiavone quit it.
Did he?
Yes.
Me and him both. It's too hard,
I haven't
dude.
even tried it.
Although
It's insane.
I haven't really put it to the test either yet.
yeah, well, Tony said that his daughter does his social media, so maybe his daughter actually quit. But one of the Schiavones quit. All right, there's a dude who has started to paste glue action figures to his car. He's glued 1,000 action figures to his car. Is this corny or is this the ultimate nerd thing to do?
I think it cost him a lot more in gas.
I was going to say, like, on the outside of his car or the inside?
Outside.
Yeah,
Outside.
yeah, his aerodynamics aren't so
That's I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, and more
There are
importantly,
better ways to show off your nerd cred than
I mean,
that.
yeah, get a bumper sticker.
You can do that.
and
they're
and
kind of made to stick to your car.
if
Yeah.
this dude hits anything, he just turned his car into a claymore, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's about to shotgun an entire like a radius if he hits anything.
All right, speaking of
and crippled by Rhino's
Yes!
leg.
Speaking- speaking of Hasbro, and Rob may know something about this.
Has what?
Hasbro,
Has what?
the other Rob, Hasbro, you can now get your face put on an action figure.
Rob
thanks
Brown
to 3D
is bro.
printing. You can either Star Wars, Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, Marvel, G.I. Joe. It's called the Selfie Series. So you can actually have your head put on. The one thing they will not let you do, Jedi or Sith, because
What?
it costs extra for lightsabers and stuff.
I will pay extra.
But you can be a Mandalorian.
I'm not going to say that he's over here trying to do that.
I'm already
really quick.
Googling it.
Hey, something I heard today real fast that made me laugh out loud. So, people really aren't scared of wolves who are wolves 100% of the time. And they're terrified of werewolves who are only wolves.
part of the time.
Yes. And so the joke the guy made was, so is a werebear not as scary as a real bear? Is it more scary? Because he's not really a bear. It was pretty funny. I got a kick out of it. There you go.
Very clever. Thank
I'm
you.
making Lonzo the Pink Ranger.
I'm okay with that. Thank you for listening to the Upstate Pulse and dealing with all of our fun, because that's what we do on a Saturday night. We will be back next week, and either Matthew or Owen will face the Nerf wall. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Of course.
Go werewolf thing made me laugh. I was like, really? Half the time?
Yeah.
Now we're more scared?
All right, Cameron, since we can't hear you, say goodbye. Say goodbye to social media. Wave while you're doing it. All right. Tim, say goodbye to social media.
Goodbye, social
Bye-bye.
media.
Robs, say goodbye to social media.
Goodbye to
Later.
social media.
They both heard it.
I can hear him through the other
Neil
room.
says Rob Young for president, by the way.
I agree. I agree with that sentiment.
A pay cut would be devastating
yep.
for him. All right. See you, everybody. And thanks for tuning in and reacting and all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you next week.
Monday night at noon, the Fan Upstate.
Yeah,
When
that's
does
it.
it end?
Shameless